Hello and welcome to the fan cams after the Blues get annihilated by Port Adelaide. 8 goals, 12, 60 to 16 goals, 14, 110 at the Adelaide Oval on this Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025. I think even 50 points for the second week in a row, the margin for the opposition doesn't do the story of the game justice, to be honest. Oh, man. Oh, it's a world of pain at the moment. It's just so bad. It took all of 10 minutes to know that it was going to look like this, maybe less. It was over in no time. And that dark cloud that I feared at the start of the year and that I resisted to accept has come. And this is a broken place, man. This is a broken club, man. Like, come on. The whole thing, top to bottom, is broken. It's khalia. And so this is going to be one of those sessions. If you'd like to join the fan cams, you're welcome to. Basically, this is talkback radio, but with video. I'll put the link in the live chat shortly and get some guests on. But yeah. All right. One at a time. Let's go to the other side of the world in London. We'll start there. Riley.
This football club is completely broken. It is completely, utterly broken. And I know we've watched this reality at various times supporting Carlton throughout our life. There's something worse about this one, I reckon, because of probably the hope that we've had there for the last couple of years, collectively as a fan base. That semblance of seeing what it could potentially look like and what we all yearn for. And I don't even know. We're not back to square one. It's disgusting. It is completely disgusting and unacceptable, the standard that is currently being seen on the field, and every single person within that football club has a responsibility towards that.
Yeah, that's that was a generational end, wasn't it? It felt that way anyway. It just felt like, I don't know, 10 minutes into the game, I sat, in the living room and feet up, and I just watched it. I'm like, wow, like that prelim was the peak of the group, no doubt about it. And it's like day one of the next, whatever this next chapter is for this club. It's crystallized now, isn't it?
It is. And I said 5 days ago, the one thing is that we've sort of been off Broadway for the previous month, and now it's for all to see how bad it's gotten to. I think, I think you said before, when you see a playing group, there's trying and really trying. I don't think we can even say there was a real effort tonight. And when you don't have an effort from a playing group, whether that is a subliminal protest of, current structures and systems that are being attempting to be implemented from the coaching staff, or they just feel fractured, it's the reality. Like that is the most embarrassing loss. That is worse than Richmond. That is worse than last week, because that could have been 100, and that could have been 100. That could have been 100 points, and you knew it within the first 5 minutes. You can't even get this group in the last couple of years, at least when they sort of had their backs against the walls in certain situations and they've got a point to prove, they arc up and fight, but they didn't even do that.
No.
They didn't even do that.
No, I mean, that was I mean, we were talking last week about, we were talking about it, I think it was on the fan cams. Like it kind of felt like a bit of a protest, potentially.
And that was an absolute protest. I think I lost you.
Am I back? Lost connection. What I was saying was it felt like a protest last week, and I thought I was being ridiculous, but I think tonight it was a protest. Damien, thank you for the $3. It's all a big joke to them. They don't care. Danny, $8. Thank you. Not coming on today. This was embarrassing. These players spat on us members and fans tonight. Love you, bro. Sorry you all had to watch this. Love you too, my man. Josh Dolan, $8. Voss has to go. It's time. Right. Please bring in Longmire. We need a coach that gets up and fires a team and holds their hands for 4 quarters. Riley, you there?
I'm there. I lost connection like Carlton has in the last year.
I did too. I think we broke YouTube.
But no, it is soulless, and your description last week of financially thriving, spiritually bankrupt, just is more personal by the game, and what the disconnect that this group, is displaying is there will be stories that come out of this in the wash in the coming years, and how it fell again so quickly in really the space of a year. This time a year ago, we were flying, we were premiership favourites.
Yeah.
And now we're playing the oldest side that we have put out in the park in 81 years, which is probably the start of the year, to be honest. And we're losing to a side who, at best, is middling. At best. And it's not just, this isn't just a 1 week thing, as we both mentioned. So there is a lot of change coming. It gives there is an air of inevitability, I feel, about it. It almost feels like, again, what 2021 was like when the review started and the walls really started closing in the final weeks of Teague, and everyone knew what was coming. It looked like that. It's grounding that.
Well, the question this time is going to be, are the board members going to step down for their wrongful decisions, and will the best interests of the Carlton Football Club be prioritised, or will the individuals who sit on the board, who have sat on the board for a little too long now, continue to hold their place and continue to try and keep their perception where it is right now? This is.
I would hope but it's the latter. It'll be the latter, because we've seen this story before. When was the last time that, as a collective in the board, they put their interest in the football club first? Seriously.
Mate, this is the other thing as well. Like the whole Graham Wright's going to come and save us. Just remember, the board need to tick off on all of his recommendations. So what if he recommends, hey, some of you guys need to go? They're not stepping down.
And what they will point to is that the club, in terms of a business position, is supposedly the best spot it's been in, arguably, ever. But what people fail to recognise, I believe, at a board level, yes, you need to have off-field strength, and good governance. But off-field strength financially comes when you consistently win games or a high-performing football player.
Yeah.
That's what these dumb fucks don't realise. I'm sorry, but it's honestly true. And there is a lot that falls to the feet of them. There is a lot that falls to the feet of the players, because they're essentially going to get their third coach sacked. I think we can probably see that now with the way it's going, because we've seen this script before. But there's also responsibility within the football, within the match committee and within the coaching staff. It is a collective clusterfuck of a club right now.
Yep.
It really is. And my fear is, watching this year and the way it's played out, it is going to take a long time to dig out. Now, we should potentially hold on to hope that, again, certain changes are made, listing retooled, certain things are retooled, and this can turn quite quickly, because we've seen it at other clubs, but we haven't seen that at Carlton.
Yeah.
I will believe history with our football club until it, because we've seen this story before and we've seen so many false doors and so many retools in the last 30 years, which has got us to absolutely fucking nowhere. So,
Yeah. Mate, what time is it for you over there?
1:30.
1:30 p.m. Thanks for calling in all the way from London.
So,
Go Blues. See you, mate. LS, that was the biggest fuck you to the supporters I've ever seen. I've seen for quite some time. Massive player statement tonight. Peter V, Carlton FC. Next week is Vaseline round. Oh, man. It's Collingwood at the G next week. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, it's Collingwood at the G. Oh, man. TJ, stop being negative. We're a good team in a slump. Daniel, if Voss was a man, he'd walk. Unacceptable. Adrian, thank you very much for the $20. Yay, better. 908. Sack Voss, get Zay Burnell in as assistant. I'm done. Thank you. All right. Tony.
G'day, mate. How are
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I am.
you? No, it was a hard watch tonight. It definitely was.
Yeah.
I suppose when you get to my age and you've seen a lot of disappointment, you tend to get sort of desensitized to it. So,
Can you believe we were told to stick fat this week, and then that's what happened tonight?
Yeah, it is a bit of a kick in. It's a kick in the ass to the supporters and the members, because we turn up every week, we give voice, and still they're asking us to stick fat. So yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the ass. But I think the biggest thing for me is that, and I think I put this comment in the other night, which is the key word being football. Carlton Football Club has forgotten what our reason for being is as a football club.
Yeah.
We're a great business, but that's not why we're there. We're in the business of playing football and winning. So I actually feel for the people that are in their 30s that haven't experienced success and what it looks like. So I feel for all the people out there watching. I'm fortunate.
It's always interesting. It's always interesting when I talk to people. I meet a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I've seen 5 flags," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've seen 5 spoons."
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about it the other night actually when we're on the when you're on one of the streams, and I thought to myself, geez, when I was younger, took it for granted. It was just an expectation every year we're going to be thereabouts, playing off in prelims and whatnot. And then, and then from pretty much 99 to 2000, that's when you just saw the decline. But interestingly enough, I think, like I've said this a few times in the chat, it's one of my favourite sayings is disappointment comes from expectation. And I think if we're to be really honest, if we expected us to have a real great year, we're probably a little bit delusional. Did I think we're going to have as the bad year as what we've had so far? Probably not. But funny thing is, after that Brisbane game we played last year, where we came back round one or opening round, I actually bumped into a 95 premiership player. And I said to him, "What do you think of the game last night?" And he goes, "We were damn lucky." And I said, "How do you think our chances are this year?" So obviously talking about last season. And his view of it was that the team's not as good as what everybody leads to believe. And I said, how so? And he goes, "Well, just break it down for what it is. We're essentially got a ruckman, being Disconnection, which looks like now he's out the door. 2 or 3 mids. So, Cripps, at the time, Walsh, because obviously he was coming off the back of that final series in 23, 2 forwards and a key back, and then the rest really falls away. So, yeah, that really sort of changed my perspective on thinking about the team and how we rate the team, and are they as good as what we think they are? And it's probably showing a little bit, but tonight was definitely a statement against the club.
Yeah. The players make choices out there, but I mean, I think at the same time, this isn't just tonight in isolation. Like, this is just another reminder of the football club and the shortcomings at the football club in all departments, and it all just spills out in this beautiful 2.5 hour window and game day that we see. And so the players have to take responsibility, and they will. But I think for far too long, there are people and names who maybe we'll name them tonight. That'll be fun. Who just get away with things because they're not seen. And I think it's really important that their names start to get heard very clearly.
Well, it's exactly right. So, like, you think back to after Teague was sacked, I can still remember seeing it on the TV. I'll name him, I don't care. Greg Williams, right, champion of the club, comes in and says, "I'm going to be a part of the club, and things are going to change, and I'm going to really put my stamp on it." The problem with that is when you're being paid by the club, you're an employee.
Cutting out. What's going on? Hang on. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go again. You just cut out for a sec.
Yeah, no worries. So what I was saying about Greg Williams is that, he came in with all this change and all this sort of stuff that he was really stamping that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And unfortunately, when you're paid, you're an employee. So therefore, you need to conform to what the board's actually telling you to do. So it's one thing to come in and stamp your feet, but at the end of the day, he's being paid. He's not volunteering, is he? That's just one example.
No, but yeah, he's one of a couple of names that needs to get away and go
and
away.
And then obviously you got the players that are just some of the players that seem to not put any effort in. They worked really hard to get their contracts, and now it's all become a sense of entitlement. I mean, look at, say, for instance, right, and I love him to bits, but look at Charlie tonight. Put in a little bit more effort, and I'm only saying a little bit more compared to the last few weeks because there was some media heat that came on him. So to me, a lot of that is just between the ears, and I mean, even just the little things like selection. I mean, the game starts, in my opinion, at selection table.
Yeah.
And even the selection integrity is just horrendous. So,
yeah, mate, thanks for calling in. I've loved that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Go Blues. You too, mate. Sam, it felt like a player mutiny tonight. I definitely felt that. It was a statement for sure. Xavier Marshall, Charlie Curnow missing goals and just laughing like nothing happened. Time to get serious and drop him. Petra Kern, $10. Fans are owed an apology by the playing group. Loyal, passionate fans don't deserve this lack of team spirit when putting on the navy blue jumper. Yeah, well, especially after we get told to stick fat. Buy in. Buy in, guys. Buy in. Can you believe it? On Monday morning, it was buy in. And on Thursday night, it was Alex, thanks for the $8, mate. Ur, thank you for the $80. That's huge. It's very kind. Football is brutal. Feel sorry for players and coaches. No place to hide. Yeah. Nowhere to hide at all. Okay. Joel, let's talk.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think I texted you just before the game. It's a fait accompli, isn't it?
It certainly is and was.
Hello, everyone on the fan cams. Sorry. No, I'm just saying hello. That sounded like you, but I'm just saying hello to everyone. Sorry. A few things. Like I've put a line for a lot of players. Look, I'll start off by saying I actually don't. I wrote this on Pom's channel last week. I actually do not see a future for this club. If anyone can try and make me think otherwise, happy to hear you out. But like I literally cannot see a future for this club, Terry, because well, look, there are so many players that just have to go because they are just not up to it mentally and in a physical skill sense. And I mean, it's like, well, you know, we've got the restrictions soon with the Tasmanian those things drafts coming in, and also like, how can you just pick up? How can you? I mean, this mountain is just too far. It's just too high to climb. You can go back and see everything that I've said. I can't see. I don't think I've got anything wrong, and so if anyone can say like convince me otherwise. I mean, this club is just, it has to be embarrassed. It's going for the guilt trip. I mean, what I just couldn't believe, even when I was watching on the coverage tonight, when I think it was a 3/4 time, Cripps came out and they had a special on him talking about his Brownlow last year.
Yeah, halftime.
Yeah, that was really, that was unbelievable. That was, I could believe whose decision for that was to go ahead. Yeah. So I mean, I think Cripps has failed. I mean, he's just not playing good footy, and he. I mean, how can you? I mean, I work in this space, Terry, with the, you know, in the mind and all that kind of stuff, the psychology thing, and I there's only so much someone can get kicked in the guts and not be able to. You can't turn around, and that's the reality. I'm not trying to paint a negative picture here. That's I know that, and I mean, how far can this team be embarrassed? So I'll read out the players that have to go at the end of the year. So Doc, Cripps, McGovern, Curnow, McKay, Williams, Akers, Sard, Fantasia, Fogarty, and Lewis Young. that emphasises my point about how can we have a future when I mean, not all those players will probably go. I mean, I don't think it. I mean, logistically it can't probably happen, but that's what I'm saying. If we keep them, well, then we're just prolonging the pain. And I'll keep saying it every week. The boss has to go. You just can't lead a team that perform that badly and keep your job. Simple as that. And I was just thinking about the league. The AFL must be so embarrassed to
Giving
have
us all the prime time slots in this second block. Oh, wow. It's going to get worse, and it's on prime time. Oh, man. Oh, it's going to get worse, and it's on prime time, and we've got the Pies next week, and we've got the Lions the week after. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Oh, dude.
I never thought. This is the one thing where I have surprised myself is I didn't think it could get as bad as this. I mean,
I actually think it still has levels of bad to get.
Oh yeah.
I genuinely believe it's like this one was up there. It was sort of like teetering on, you know, the real bad ones, you know, GWS when they had 16 players, or Port Adelaide 19 goals in a row, or, you know, the real bad ones. This was there, and then it kind of teetered out. If only Port were a better team, they could have really put the sword to us.
Well, I did,
but this was like,
you know.
Yeah.
And I reckon that maybe Kenny Hinkley being a mate of Voss maybe went easy. That's what I reckon.
I don't know. They had 30 scoring shots to our 20.
The players. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the coach, and maybe the players had some. He's probably more liked at Port Adelaide than he's at Carlton at the moment. Look,
this is the reality. There's 8 games left, and we just got to get the supporter base through to the end of the season, and whether this is our reality now. We fucked it as a club, and I just hope that we can actually force the right people to step away that need to step away, and there's a long list of them. Then how many people did you list there? About 8 or 9 people, players that need to go. I would say at least
10, yeah.
almost
10, yeah.
the same, if not maybe like double, need to be named as well, and they need to go as well. Like it has to be a full philosophical. I think Pommy used the word biblical one time, like a biblical fucking change, mate. Like, so.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, yeah. Look, yeah, nothing else much to add, really. It's embarrassing, and I've got all my work out of the way, so I'm just at home, and I just thought I'd come in to support the channel, and
thank you, mate.
come on. Yeah, that's all right.
We love having you here, and I know that you're completely disenchanted with the club, but we love seeing you around here. So just know that you've always got a spot here, mate. Appreciate you being around.
All right, cheers.
All right, see you, Joel. All right, I've got a bit of room in the waiting room, so any of you want to come on. Link is in the live chat. It's going to fill out in seconds, so just click it. Pasquale, thank you for the 5. Sorry, lads, for the foul language. Just don't buy what they are selling, mate. You can use any language that you like, to be honest. Enzo, your son stopped watching the game after the first 10 minutes. He's 10 years old. All okay because I told him to stick fat. Yeah, the Dolphins. Voss is clearly done for, but that was unforgivable from the players tonight. You're being paid 6 figures. I don't care if you believe in the coach or not. Show some pride in what you do. Yeah, well said. Andy, hey, man.
How you doing, mate?
No wine tonight? You on the hard stuff?
I'm on the good stuff tonight, bro.
Buckle up, man. This is gonna get
Bro,
fascinating.
bro. We've established we're not a good team. We're not a good side.
Oh yeah.
So we know that. Yeah. I actually had Port by 60 plus. And bro, what I saw tonight was so during the week we were told stick fat. Me and you had a laugh about it, and we've been here before. We've done this before. We've done this song and dance. And what I saw tonight was a group of players with no pride in their craft, right? And it's always easy to say sack this guy or sack that guy, but man, our problems go way beyond sacking the coach and sacking a couple of players. It's just culture, bro. Culture. The football department is just not good. Every single person responsible for the decisions that have led us to here have to go.
Yeah.
And there's no more like skirting. Like names have to be named now, right? Like Brad Lloyd has to go, Mick Agresta has to go, Nick Austin has to go. The coaches, assistants. We were told that Voss wasn't a good tactician, and like he just needs good people around him. And well, we haven't done that. He's never had a solid assistant team around him. So whoever made those decisions has to go. Right? For me, has to go. This playing list is so disenchanted at the moment, and it's just a spit in the face of the supporters after you've just spent all week telling us to stick fat. We're always stronger together. That's the motto we go by. And, it's just, they're just telling us this. But they don't want us to lose it at them. That's all it is. Like they don't want the negativity coming at them. And I just think it's just a load of shit, bro. Like, cop your whack, cop your right whack. and they're going to have to cop it this week. They're going to have to. This is so bad. This is like, and what you said earlier, you're like, you don't think this is as bad as it's going to get. Oh, next
Mate,
week.
I remember you were coming on the show on the fan cams like 2021, and we went through the beat Gold Coast, lose to North Melbourne, Nick Larkey, 7 goals. You know what that reminded me of tonight? When Jack Silvani went forward. I'm like, oh, all right, well, fucking, we're doing this again, are we?
Yeah.
And then you get the sugar hit against St Kilda, Charlie Curno's first game back, and then they lost the week after to, I think it might have actually been Port Adelaide, 19 straight goals they kicked that day. Like, it's we're about to go into the, it's not papering over the cracks anymore, mate. They're not cracks. It's the Grand Canyon now.
Yeah, there's holes. Actual big craters.
Cooked the players. There is a level of like empathy. I do kind of feel for them a little bit. I saw a few guys out there tonight. I'm like, wow, they look scared because they're just helpless, and like it is their fault, you know, to a degree, but they're only allowed to be what the environment around them allows them to be. And so the people who are responsible for that environment and creating that environment and those fucking habits that we were talking about, hearing about for the last 5 years, and building good habits and mate.
Yeah, bro.
So
I don't know anymore, Terry. I would just, like, there will be change. We know there will be change, but I hope the right changes are made, because I'm genuinely concerned. You know, you got Tassie coming in, and it's going to be hard to start again. You're going to have to start again, and it's going to be like, nobody wants to go through like a rebuild or a restart when there's a new team coming in the league. They're just going to take all the good draft picks, and then you're stuck with kind of leftover players, and you got to kind of make do. And we're not good at developing players. But we're not good at developing great players like Sam Walsh. You know what I mean? Mark Murphy, Bryce Gibbs, they could have been anything, these three blokes. And they haven't really, you know, Walshy had that 1 year and that one final series, kind of been underwhelming. Like, I'm so worried about what happens in the future. Like, I'm not even this season's a write-off, but what comes next is frightening for me. It's genuinely.
I saw, I mean, we debuted Flynn Young and Billy Wilson, and I kind of looked at it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to stain more of these. Like these kids are stained, you know, like Flynn Young, like, we're going to bring the Camporelli boys in and stain them too. Like, we're going to bring Lemmy in, and like I want to see the kids, don't get me wrong, but is that healthy for them? Like, is it like healthy to put them to the slaughter like that?
There is nothing healthy about this football club, Terry. From top to bottom, it's just this. The core of the club is cancerous, man, and it spreads, bro. It's just spreading, and the people who need to be held accountable, the football department, the board and down, really, bro. Like, and I know the boards, they might not have the authority, or they might have too much authority to control what happens, and it's like, bro, people just need to go. If your priority is not winning games of football, get out of the football club. You can be great at business. That's good. That's great. But our priority should be to win premierships. It just has to be. And this club has proven it doesn't need to win premierships to be successful. 2023 showed that. You just give us a taste, dangle that carrot, and that's good enough. But something big needs to change, and I'm genuinely frightened for the future, for the young guys, for the future of the club.
I don't know. There's something about times like this that get me a bit excited, because
change.
Yeah, man, let's fucking change it.
Mm-hmm.
We can all sit here and talk about it with our platforms, and we could change the fucking thing on its head. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, what are we doing here? It's like every week.
Yeah,
like, what are we doing? We sit here every week. Let's fucking do something about it.
Mate, I'm telling you, we're down. Monday Blues is down, brother. You say the word. we put our heads together. I'm telling you, with your platform alone, bro, I'm telling you now, the club would be absolutely frightened of your platform because you've got many generations of supporters, not just like a single, not just the casuals. You've got a hardcore base, you've got a casual base, you've got a young base, you've got a middle-aged base, you've got an elder base. And you add everyone else kind of that's built around that as well with their platforms. Bro, why can't we demand change? Why can't we demand that change we want?
No wonder they don't come on here and talk, and no wonder they use the word competitor. They haven't seen proper competition yet. So
Exactly.
anyway,
That's
let's get me fired up. Fucking get me fired up.
I'll see you at Icon Park in 20 minutes. I'll leave you to it. I'm sure you got a long night ahead.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in.
Enjoy it, bro. Take care.
All right. Bye. Man, that man G's me up. Fucking go, man. That's great. Johnny Riz, I think we should fire Voss and hire Hurd. Try and draft next year's small forward prospect. Okay. David, stick fat. Murphy, Carlton, nurture egos. Other clubs nurture talent. Yeah, that's an interesting point there. Jim.
What's going on, mate?
Did you go to that game?
Nah.
A good man. Smart man.
First time in Adelaide to not go. I was speaking to my best mate. I'm like, nah, this has danger written all over it. So I didn't go. We went to footy training instead. So it was much nicer training in the cold. But I got a message for everyone. Stick fat. What the fuck was that? That was shit. But I almost feel, this is going to sound weird, but I feel bad for Michael Voss, man. I feel bad for the players. I don't know if you've ever been fired from a job, man, or have ever had to fire someone. Anyway, I got to do it pretty regularly in the industry I'm in. And it sucks to tap someone on the shoulder and be like, hey, buddy, you're not suited for this role. However, there are roles for you in this world and you're going to do really great, right? You're going to do great things. Our leadership at this football club is so fucking putrid that no one's got the balls to come down and just tap him on the shoulder and go, it's not you, bro. This isn't your role. There's other roles for you to do, but this ain't the one. And that just goes to show how weak our leadership is. And that's Brad Lloyd, because he's his boss. And then he has a boss. Who the fuck has not sacked this bloke yet? It's these little things compounded. Now we're fucked.
Imagine rolling in on a Monday morning and Brad's got to give you feedback.
That's your cue to play.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Brad. Yeah, mate. No worries. No worries. Cheers.
Yeah. He was very inspiring when he spoke during the week, don't you think? Super inspiring. Oh, and he's our football manager of football. Like, this is how fucked we are. So, I don't know. I expected this. I know you probably expected this tonight.
I did. This was the first time when we did. You there?
Yeah. Go.
This is the first time I reckon game day. It was like people are like, oh, what do you think? I'm like, oh, can't really see whatever I saw 5 days ago being fixed. Like the whole broken spirit. I couldn't see how you fix that in 5 days. So yeah, I was usually when I say we'll lose, we'll win. This time I'm like, nah, I think we'll get done by quite a lot. This could be like a bad one. I was chatting to Mike Maloney. And then 10 minutes into the first quarter, like you just knew, like it's a dead entity. Like you're poking a dead thing at the moment, you know.
The signs were there within the first 6 minutes. That's when I was like, "Oh, this could be bad." 6 minutes in, it was 12-0. And I'm like, "This is fucked already," because it was attitude. Like the thing that annoyed me the most, the last part of the game, they took the corridor on and they tried to play on and so So bad. But we were laughing about the 10 goal that can never happen. I said yesterday, nah, 10 goals. That's done. 10 goals to 1. Well done, Carlton. You've impressed me at how shit you are. Anyway, mate, what's left to say?
Mate.
There's nothing.
No, not at all. Appreciate you calling in, man. You have a good night and sending all the love, dude.
It's so good, man. Peace. Enjoy.
See you, bro. Aiden.
Am I allowed to laugh at what happened? Because I've been laughing for the last 4 hours because of that. Like, that was
Mate.
actually really bad.
You can do whatever you like.
I don't know. Where do we begin? Like, it's the same senior players. Like, you got McGovern, Sard, Williams, Doherty, Sard, Doherty, who was at fault for our first goal, dump kicking it like last week. What does that result into? An opposition goal. Sard messing about, McGovern fucking missing a goal that I could have kicked, and even Charlie as well. Like, yes, he was a little bit better than last week. He put a little bit more effort, but he just kept having fights. He just decided to miss a piss easy goal, which, let's be fair, I'm convinced that the poor players just said to him, go, kick a goal, just do it. And he fluffs it out on the full. And then you got him laughing and smiling. Like, and then we hear that apparently he's not happy and all that. Well, if that's the case, then you can fucking go. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean that to be, I don't mean that as personal, but we don't need players like that. I'm convinced that the next 2 weeks, like if today wasn't the final nail in the coffin for this coach, then I'm convinced that these players will actually start passing to Nick Dacos and Lockie in the next 2 weeks. Like, it's embarrassing. It's just the way that we gave him so much space throughout the middle and all that. Like, you can just tell that they don't care. And it's the same senior players that kept saying, like, oh, we like Voss, like, we know what he's done. Well, clearly tonight, it showed that they didn't play for him and that they're done with him. Like, if you got Doherty smiling, Curnow laughing, then it just says a lot. Like, really. Wiedering today, he didn't look fit. I don't know why he played. Like, where's the accountability for not only him, but for the other players as well? Like, just don't play. Like, play Harry O'Farrell for all I care. Like, if you're injured, then don't play. Like, he was never going to be right off a 5-day break. Like, I thought that was pretty selfish of him, to be honest with you. And, yeah, I think we just need to stick fat for the next 2 weeks and beyond. So, I don't know. Next 2 weeks will be really, really bad. And there's no hiding because we're going to be playing at home. And, yeah, if it's not going to be bad on the scoreboard, then we're going to get absolutely fucking played around with by 2 top 4 teams next week. And, yeah, I don't know. Port haven't been that good all year. We made them look like superstars. What's new? So, yeah, I just think that it's time to go for Voss. Like, I thank him for a prelim, but when we're hearing that on day one that he's not good tactically, then that's a huge fucking red flag. So whoever we're getting next, there has to be a full-blown review. Ball needs to go. Head of football needs to go. And the assistants need to go. Even the players, I think half of them need to fucking go. Even Mr. 1.7 million himself, he didn't play like it today. Go to St Kilda. Just leave. Just go. Full-blown, not rebuild, reset. Board gone, coaches gone, coach gone, everyone gone, because you can't have this anymore. Like, this is 2021, probably worse, considering who we've got in our team. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well said, mate. Sack them all. Buck them all off, mate.
You need to, though. Like, you need to get rid of the board as well, who ticked fucking Voss coming in.
Mate.
Like, you can't have
Poisonous, villainous suits. They are just so self-absorbed with who they think they are. Yeah.
Nah, they don't care. If they had any balls,
Mate, this is now, it just quite simply has to be, we can package it up anyway. We're like, it has to be about what is in the best interest of the Carlton Football Club.
Yeah.
End of
And
story.
if they had any balls and if they had any self-pride and respect for themselves, then they would all go. But their focus is on money. And that's about it. Because if it was something else, then we'd be winning a flag by now. But clearly it's not. So we're here now. So what do you do?
Yeah. Mate, sorry that you had to watch that, and buckle up for next Friday night, MCG Collingwood.
No, it's fine. I fell asleep halfway through it, and then I woke up, and then no, we're playing next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is it Thursday night?
Yeah, I don't even want to go.
You sure? Oh, is it really Thursday night?
Yeah, next Thursday again, and the week after's Thursday.
No, bro. We're playing Friday, 4th of July. Next Thursday is North Melbourne
yeah.
Bulldogs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Friday, 4th of July, Collingwood.
Okay, yeah. Well, at least we don't need to start the AFL week next week with a complete fucking embarrassment. So, yeah.
Yeah. Mate, you have a good night. Take care of yourself.
See ya.
Footy fam, thank you very much. We need to trade a few stars and gather some top-end draft picks before Tassie come in. Make Wiedering captain, take the pressure off Cripper, and build a team around Jagger. Ryan McCracken, this might be an unpopular take, but we need to start letting the players know in person how we feel to make change. Well, no, we don't need to do that at all. That's not it. Instead of going to the players, go to the club. Go upstairs, mate. The people that are in charge of building the culture, go upstairs. Voss was right. No fucking effort. And if there is no effort, how can anything that Voss is selling go into work? Walks, talent management. Haynes was outstanding again. Without his efforts down back, that margin could have blown out a lot further. It's pretty good. Lachlan.
Hey man, how are you? Hey man, how are you?
Good. You there?
Can you hear me or not?
Your connection's not great. I can hear you, but your connection's not really great.
Can you hear me or not?
All right, we'll get you out, and then we'll bring you back in. Maybe when your connection sorts itself out. Okay, who is next? Ben.
Hey mate. How you
doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. You're good?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Oh, mate, yeah, it's not going great at the moment. Yeah, I'm like Joel, I can remember the premiership
Sorry,
team
mate. You're sorry. You're like, there's a lot of delay. I don't know what's going on. It's not working right now.
What about now? Better?
Your fingers in the camera. Like, I'm not really sure what's happening right now.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Is that better?
All right. I'm going to get you to sort that out, and then we're going to bring you back. Okay. Nabil.
Hey, Terry. How are we?
How are you, mate?
Yeah, Terry, I'm broken. Terry, I'm normally pretty delusional. I look for the shining light. I look for the positives. But jeez, yeah. I'm pretty broken. This one hurts. This one hurts in a different way. I think you mentioned you were talking to Riley earlier. Like feels like the end of something. And I remember the first rebuild. I remember the second rebuild, and now it just feels like the nail in the coffin in the third. And it's just like we mentally almost have to gear ourselves up for another one. So yeah, it hurts. It's harsh. there was very little positives I could take out. But geez, I haven't felt like this in a long time at the footy. Sort of watching the footy and watching Carlton. And it's tough, but I think we'll stick fat. I'm sick of that. I think I agree with all the fans when they say, "Oh, I saw that, Terry. I saw that." And I was like, "We've got 100,000 members the same week. They announced 100,000 members. We go to the footy every week. We show up. I don't know, man. Forget this stick fat crap. Just." I don't know. I think the fans get behind the club. It's time the players and the board and the coaches get behind.
Well, it continues to become a one-way conversation, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah, and it is, and it's that I don't know. It's just really, really hard. It feels very frustrating that like we keep hearing the same messages, and I don't know. I don't know. This one hurt Terry, and he hurt in a different way. To talk about 7 stages of grief. And this, I don't know, whatever that last stage is, was it denial, acceptance, whatever it might be, it sort of felt like that. I want to ask you something, Terry. You can knock it down. I do have a podcast, a Carlton Collingwood podcast. Can I shout it out here, or is it you okay with that, or what's
that? Sorry.
I've got a Carlton Collingwood podcast, or a Carlton. It's a new podcast I started. The Collingwood supporter, mate. We cover Carlton, Collingwood. Can I shout it out here on the channel? Are you okay with that?
You want to shout out your podcast?
I want to shout out the podcast.
Sure.
It's a Carlton. It's called Between the Sticks. We cover the Carlton game, the Collingwood game. We cover it in a light-hearted manner between the sticks. We're sort of 4 episodes in, and then we sort of cover all things footy. So,
okay.
It's quite frustrating.
All right, mate.
Look, I'll leave it there. Good luck for the rest of the night,
well,
Terry.
Thanks for calling in, and all right, man. Thank you. Yeah, fair enough. Mark,
how are you, mate?
You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Hey,
can
mate.
You hear me now? Can you hear me now, or is it a
yes. Yes, I can hear you now.
Jeez, I literally have to say this every single time because I'm always worried that, well, hang on, is it your end, my end?
I think it's my end tonight. I think I'm the problem tonight. I don't know. Mate, by all signals, it looks fine on my end, but maybe it's me.
Mate, let's face it. We all just have a big problem. It's funny. The last time I was obviously on here happened to be against Adelaide, and here we are with Port Adelaide. Oh, Jesus, man. Where do I start? I've got so much to just get out of my chest, really, and considering that I have to start in the next 5 hours. But anyways, really, what's new? What's new? Is there really obviously anything that you can take out of tonight's game compared to last week or any other game in maybe the last 5 or 6, really? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are we're dead, mate. We're a dead carcass just waiting for the end of the season to get here. Those are my thoughts.
Mate, we're pretty much dead from round 1. I was there with my brother, and to think that at that time, being 7 goals up, you'd basically I just had someone message me. That's classic. Mate, we were dead from the round 1 game. To think that we were 7 goals up against a side that was tipped to not win a game at all this year with Richmond, and it was literally the last 20, 30 seconds of that game. That was when I ended up leaving early with my brother and telling one of our random fans that the season was over from that point. And anything that we obviously tried to conjure up was never going to recover from it. And obviously last week, just like my brother again, left at 3/4 time. How many times have you tried to convince your brother to stick fat and support the club? But obviously, he's got his own thing going on and good on him. Hope he's doing well there. But man, I'm seriously just out of words. But you know what? I thought for a bit something different. I got a bit of show and tell. Everybody want a bit of show and tell?
Sure.
Okay. So, see this right here?
Yep.
What do you think has been the number one big priority?
Priority?
Money, cash, $200 here. Multiply that by your thousands. Count your millions. Oh, smells good, doesn't it, Tom? Oh, money smells freaking good, doesn't it? Like you want to eat it too. Like it's snorted as well. And that's the sad fucking part about this club. It's all about this. All for the money. Bum, 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 bum. But you know what? You remember this one, don't you, Terry? This is what we fucking play for. This is what defines your sporting life and your career, right? You would have obviously had one of these in your Thomastown days. And I'll tell you right now, mate, no matter how many years go past, for anyone that's obviously won any form of gold, you would take that in a heartbeat than getting your billions, because you never know when your last breath will be breathing. You just don't know when your last breath can count, right? And it's just fucking sad how these egotistical, maniacal imbeciles, fraudulent parasites, right? Oh, you've seen me go off like in years past. But, mate, as we get older, we don't have that same energy like we used to. But this... Hang on a minute, sorry. Let me just spread it out a bit more. Multiples, right? I've seen Richmond hacks in their recent era walk away with 3 flags. And, still have a decent career, maybe have their $400,000, $500,000 in the bank, while these players want to look like freaking Elon Musk and Trumps, yet be known for nothing. Think to yourselves, boys, right? What are you going to be known for? What are you going to be known for? Mate, if I ever, now obviously, there is no time machine, but if we ever had our time, Terry, I'd be playing only for this. And even if I was, for argument's sake, the best in the comp, I wouldn't want any pay rise, maybe a little bit, but I'm not going to have it in the millions. I'd just be happy with $100K a year. You saw that with Toby Pink last week on Charlie Curnow. And tonight with Port, mate, it was party time for him. Rosie was party time for him. Butters was party time for him. Bergman, for God's sakes, it was party time for him. Georgiades. Malakia Georgiades. Mate, he wasn't sniffing just this, mate. He was snagging goals. 3 hot dogs all around. But you know what? Speaking of accountability, which, we had this chat about this last night. Well, Wiedering, if you're injured, right, and Cripps, as courageous as you are with your 2-time Brownlow medals and multiple BNFs and All-Australians, and you were sick as a dog, why did you just play? Are you too scared of how bad we would look without you guys? Hey, at some point, right, you're not going to be there forever, right? They shouldn't have played. Because mind you, Terry, and to everyone, I'm accountable for the fact that with what you've built for the last 6-7 years, to be fair, I tried to destroy it back in 2023. And you know what? Was that me being ego? Was that me thinking that, I was above everybody else, thinking that we had to stick fat and be positive because of all these mounting losses. Because obviously, you know, at the time we all make mistakes. Sure. Was it right? No. But did I felt like it at the time? That was at the time. But we live and learn of these things, man. You know. But I'm willing to admit that. Yeah. So why can't the club not admit to their own accountabilities?
Well, because they've got too much that they gain from the club for their own personal. Well, yep. Should be less about the cash. Should be more about the.
Oh, mate, they sniff it.
Yeah.
One of the current ones know it. Oh, it smells good, doesn't it? But I'd rather this every freaking time.
Mate, action indoor Division 3 Wednesday night cricket, football, athlete, excellence, standards.
Oh, these are Div 2, Div 1, by the way, just for your information. But yeah.
My apologies.
And mind you, Terry, Alex Kayafa, of course, it's been ages for him. How are you, mate? He will obviously tell you more than that because when we had to get Div 2, I brought him in, and that's how we built a dynasty. He came in 1 year, won a Div 1. That's how you do it, mate. That's how you build dynasties, man.
Yes.
Ain't no 3s and 4s, mate. It's 2 at worst, 1, you're there, and then you know what?
Yep.
Then this can come afterwards.
Yep.
Got your whole life to make that happen.
Yeah, no.
And for these guys, it's the death.
Yeah. Mate, you make some good points. I appreciate you calling in and sharing them. And hopefully we can see some sort of a resurgence from our once mighty club.
Well, here's the last big important thing that I will say.
Okay.
And it's to do with Collingwood next week. You know,
okay.
You're going to have Swoop coming in for the big preview. Alex and I, we graduated with him. They're going to be laughing like crazy because of the bad form that we're in.
Yep. Okay.
And, mate, you know, I hope the absolute miracle can happen, but, oh, God, I don't even know what to think of what's going to happen next.
Mate, you have a good night.
You too.
See ya. Should we draft Vito Spatafore or Seven? I don't know I don't know these names, mate. I'm not sure. Darren Hume, oldest team we've fielded in 81 years tonight. Well, obviously match experience is more important, but gives us an idea on our list. Scary times ahead. Indeed. Kuda. Carlton is a ghost of its glory days. Even now, the bottom 8 teams walk all over us. The jumper doesn't haunt anymore. It's a shirt lesser clubs spit on. No one fears the ghost, only the ghost itself. Wow, that's very good. Ben, I'm going to try you again. Have I got you?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How are you? What are your thoughts on tonight?
Oh, look, I just thought the game was sorry, I'm having some connection issues. Can I speak to you in 1 minute? Oh, actually,
sure.
No, should be better now. Should be better now. Yeah.
Yeah, good to go.
Yeah. I just got some instructions in the background.
Oh man, everything's fucking broken. Everything, Ben. Everything.
I just think
oh man.
I can trace it back to be honest, I can trace it back to the GWS game last year.
Yeah. Quarter time up 38.
Yeah, quarter time up 38, and it's as if we just went downhill since then. I don't know what it is. Like, that seems to be where it all sort of started, and it's been been downhill. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's gone completely to the shit somewhere there, no doubt. I don't know. I think I'm a little bit twisted right now. Like I'm all over the place, mate.
Oh, you and me both. And then this year, we start against
I
Richmond.
got brain rot, man.
And then we play Richmond, and that was just a shit show. And then we start to come good again, play against Geelong, win a great game, and then I think the other turning point was the Adelaide game, because I think I briefly spoke to you when we beat St Kilda, and I wasn't convinced. I could just tell we were just a laborious side that, we sort of eked out a win, but yeah, there's a lot of work to do, and it all comes back to other people have said it, standards. One thing I will say, silver lining. I hate that cliche, but it's never as bad as it seems, never as good as it seems. I do believe in that. Don't completely lose faith. There is some shit we have to deal with the club. There's obviously going to be some changes. Graham Wright's going to go in, and I really hope just go in with a big sweeping broom and I can sweep out all the shit that is affecting the club. But standards need to rise. Leadership needs to get better, and he's got a lot of work to do. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, we were second this time last year, Terry. So try telling me that there's nothing, like we're just completely shit. I don't believe it. I think there something just collectively, internally has to change at the club. Few tweaks, and got to get this fucking shit back on track. That's my thoughts. I guess if I have to put it all together.
Thank you for sharing them and calling in. Sorry, we had some connection issues, but I think we got there in the end.
All good. Have a good one, mate.
See you, mate.
See
you. Nicholas Jolly agreed with what Aiden said, except Cripps, Wiedering playing sick or injured. If they didn't play, they'd be hammered for fleeing a sinking ship. That's it. That's an interesting point too. Lachlan, let's try you again, mate. You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Man, fuck, what a game, man. Like, fuck. It's just the same old shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, from defensive 50, man, just like Sard and Doc, man, just fucking praying, just keep booting it. You know what I mean? Just fucking no man's land, man. So
it started with
change,
that was
man.
the first one, wasn't it? Was it the Doc dump kick that landed in Farrell's? Well,
no, good.
Yeah, go for it.
It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just like, fuck, what changes? Like, what do you reckon happens Monday?
We got an open training session we get to go to.
Fuck, that'll be interesting. That'll be quite interesting to see how that goes.
Mate, it's going to be fascinating. You coming down? Coming down to watch the boys train?
Oh, no, I'll probably at work that day, unfortunately. But, like, hopefully the boys can, I don't know, what do they do? You know what I mean? Can they turn it around against the Pies? What are the chances?
Nah, man. I don't think so.
Come on, man. You got to stick fat, remember?
Hey, man, listen, I'm one of the most optimistic people that I like, you'll meet, but like next week. The thing is, we haven't played against a team that truly punishes us in this
I know. I'm fucking. I don't know, man. I can feel. Who knows? But like, it's always close though with the Collingwood games. You know what I mean? Like the last time we played, they were in really good form, and we were like not in the greatest form, but it was still like a close game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
kind of.
I don't know, but just our forward line, man, is the connection with the midfield. Just there's nothing there, man. There's no, like, you know what I mean? There's no connection, you know what I mean? Like, the players don't, like, you feel like they don't play for each other, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They don't play, it feels like they don't play for boss, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it just feels like it's just the club's just, we're on a roller coaster, man, you know what I mean? With the high and the lows, especially like the Geelong game, man. Like, felt so confident, you know what I mean? And then just, like, the following week, you know what I mean? Crows pump us and just back to fucking square one again, man.
Back to ground zero, hey?
Yeah, it always just, I don't know, man. It's the same shit, different year.
Yeah. Buckle up, mate. It's going to get probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows how many more games we win this year, man, honestly.
yeah, we're lucky to win a few. But
Yep.
mate, appreciate you calling in. Is this your first time calling in on the fan cams?
Yeah, this is the first time, yeah.
Nah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for your support of the channel. Yeah,
No worries, thanks, man.
go Blues. Darren Hume, hey man, how are you? Darren, are you the Darren Hume? Xenox, I'm not sure, mate. What do you think? Well,
How are you?
Oh, mate, I'm all over the place. How are you?
I'm pretty down, dude. I actually started smoking for the first time in 3 years. This game. So I'm not. I'm pretty upset that I actually started smoking. They drove me to smoking, dude. So I'm pretty upset about that. But I've been listening to like a few other people, and I think one of the previous people talked about like last year we were second, right? And it's about this time where we sort of like the wheels sort of fell off. But I actually think it was earlier than that. Even throughout that, you know, I think the seed of our mental weakness was the prelim against Brisbane, where we were up 7 and then we just lost the game. I think that seed was planted then, and I don't know if you've ever really recovered from that. I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I remember saying to you a few weeks ago, like, you know what, I see us winning 50% of the rest of the games. I don't even think we're going to win that. You know, I don't know what's going on. I think they all collectively need to get like some sort of fucking therapy and talk about their parents or something. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on with their mental state, but I think it's a mental thing. I think it's a mental thing. I mean, when has Carlton ever come back from, say, a 40-point deficit and actually won? I can't remember that. You know, we've always been ahead.
Opening round last year.
When?
Opening round last year. 46 points down against the Lions.
You're right. Why can't we do that? You're right. That game slipped out of my mind. I mean, why is it that other teams can do that with us, like Richmond, but yet we don't have that same mentality, with the exception of that one game? I don't know, man. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a mental thing. And I'm a Voss believer, man. I believe in Voss. I like Voss. I thought, yes, you know, we've got a player, you know, that's going to coach us, you know, a premiership player. You know, I bought into it, you know. I think he's lost the playing group.
Yeah, I think tonight. Well, I thought last week and tonight they've had a real different stench to them. The players just haven't been up for the fight. And as soon as the fight starts going, that's when it all starts caving in on the coach, you know?
Yeah. At this point, as much as I like Voss, and I really do like Voss, I think he's. I don't know if he's. I think he's gone, mate.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think he's gone.
Fair.
It's a shame.
Well, let's
and I
find
think
out
it's
what
a
happens,
shame.
mate. Monday morning. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's
Let's
a
find
shame.
out what happens Monday.
Yeah.
Yep. It is a shame.
But
Let's
I
find
think-
out what happens on
What, Collingwood?
Monday morning. Let's find out.
What can I ask you a question? What do you think the chances are that after this loss, right, next week, they're just going to come out? I don't see us winning, but they're going to like show us, like, you know, because it's a Carlton Collingwood game. What do you think the chances are that they'll actually put the effort in? And if they did, is it going to make any difference for the team?
What are the chances? I think. I don't know. I think they'll put in a better showing than tonight. I hope. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. It might be 100-point belting. Who knows?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My disappointment is just. I just fucking. I don't know. Man.
Okay.
Too much.
Well, mate, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
See you, man. Dione with 200 Thai baht. Thanks for giving everyone a platform. Shame on our players tonight, whether you like Voss or not. That result is on them tonight. I want an apology Monday. This is on them, not us. Yeah. Yeah, well said. All right. I've got Tyler.
Hey, Terry. Wow. Just fucking wow. Yeah. Just when you think Carlton can go any lower, they just have to dig that a little bit further. But fuck, wow. Just to probably just to say that you look at the club right now, vanity has gotten in the way of their pride. There is no pride in this club anymore. There's no pride in the jumper. No pride in the premierships. Nothing. And it's indicative not only with the coaching staff, head of football board, and all of that, but also at the same time with this game in particular, when you've got at the end of the game one fucking player, one with more than 20 disposals, that's fucking pathetic.
Wow.
One. I don't even know who the fuck it was, but quite frankly, one is pathetic. So
George Hewitt, 21 touches.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really good stat to have, really. But fuck me. It was dead from the get go, and didn't even show up to play, to be honest. And then the thing that got me is like the fakeness I find with the friggin' biffs and all of that to look fucking tough and all of that. They did it against North Melbourne last week. You only do that. What purpose does it serve if you're going to show if you're not going to show anything? They weren't showing jack shit. But look, Collingwood is going to be a fucking shit game, and then same with Brisbane. But hey, look, Terry, this is what we sign up for. We love this club, but a line has to be drawn in the sand.
I think I'm crashing out.
I think Terry. I think there's only so much you can take, mate. To be honest, you've held on for as long as you can, mate. So I might let you guys go. Like, probably got a couple more guys on, but like seriously, love this club, but seriously,
all good.
Time to get time needs
Well,
to
Matt,
change.
Let's see. Let's just see what happens from here, mate. This is
something.
Is grim. This is grim.
This is
a
beyond
new
grim.
low. Yeah.
This is the newest low. All right, Terry. Catch ya.
All right, mate. See ya. Okay. Jad.
Shit, that was quick. Hey, man. Oh, one sec. Fuck, Terry. You know what? You know what? You know what? Can you hear me? Let me make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's just really quiet. Just one thing. You know what really annoys me about the place, about the club, is after a loss like today, I don't think the reaction from those running the place is one of remorse. I don't think that they're remorseful. Like, I don't think that they think, oh shit, the poor fans, we let the fans down. I think it's more like, oh shit, here we go. The fans are gonna go off tonight. The viewers are gonna go crazy tonight. But the customers aren't happy today. Oh fuck! Here we go again. Here we go with the overreaction and all the vitriol that comes with the fans. Here we go. You know what I mean? It's not. We're not treated like we're a part of them. We're treated like, oh fuck, here we go. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. It's we can pretend like those upstairs really care about the fans, but they don't. They don't. That's I think the sentiment around soulless over the last month or so is where I've been coming from. Like there's always a KPI that you can find to indicate success in some area. And I think these people use these metrics to justify their existence inside. And, you know, I mean, they got mortgages to pay and they got bills to pay. And so, you know, they got things that they need to do for themselves. And the club is a cash cow and you can, you know, and they use it for their own good. And it's just a toxic cycle and it's a toxic culture and it's seeped in the walls. It's seeped on the glass. It's seeped in the coffee cups. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you look. You smell it. You feel it when you walk in there, when they speak to you, the words that they use. Like it's just the language is different to what you and I use. It's just all over the place.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, man. You just said it like probably better than I ever could. Like I just know that them tonight, they're thinking, oh fuck, now we've got to deal with this. Now we've got to deal with their reaction now. It's not I'm sorry. It's more like it's a pain in their ass. It's oh fuck, here we go. Here they come. Terry's gonna open up his fan cams and they're all gonna go off. Are we allowed to treat it like a funeral yet? Or is that more irrational fucking fan behavior? Am I allowed to overreact now, Brian?
Do you reckon we all got hoodwinked by Brian Cook? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's a stupid question. Of course we did.
I did. I bought a hook, line, and sinker. I'm like the dumb fish. Took the bait. Fucking. That's all I've ever done with this shithole place, mate. I've just taken the bait every fucking time. Every time I get hooked. Okay, can you not hear me?
I think I'm cutting out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
You there?
Yeah.
I think it's me. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. There's like live chat pumping. There's just all things going on at the moment. Like everything's crashing, burning. I think I got you back though.
How you going now?
Yeah, I think we're back.
Okay. Yeah, I was just getting angry at myself. I just buy it every fucking time, man.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Has it been this bad? Or is this the worst?
This is worse because of where we should be. And we've been through this already. Like we were meant to feel this and we've already been through it and now we're here again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come off like I am I haven't seen a flag. Oh, I'm 32. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything. I've said this to you before. I don't want it for myself. I want it for the fucking place. I want it for the club. I think you need to become president, mate. You have no many times, have any idea how many times I've thought about it. Like, fucking, we need, I don't know, Terry.
Look, I do think we need fresh ideas at the top, fresh, like a totally fresh perspective, people who are there for the fucking club, man. Like people who, you know, like they're not there for the title. So, I mean, I don't see the future leadership of the club at all when I look at it properly. Like what's coming through. Old mate with his fucking dick out. Like, what are we're dealing? Like, think about what we're dealing with. The people who are actually there, the way they carry themselves, the way that they speak, the good people that constantly cop it their incompetence.
And the shit thing is, Sayers was like the one probably who was one of us, and then something just had to happen.
Yeah, but even then, right? You're right, and I always give credit that he came on here and he came on a live stream and like, well done. But at the end of the day, what was happening at the same time? The election. So needed fans on side. Soon as got what he wanted, soon as the losses started coming, like went silent. So I just can't trust anyone in there.
I know. You're right. It's, I don't even know what to say anymore.
To your point, and even to the point that you've made as well a couple of times about the list, and you know, Graham Wright's coming and he's the agent for change and the Collingwood man, and he knows how to lead a department of football. At the end of the day, he has to have a bunch of recommendations that he'll make to the board, and the board have to get those recommendations done or not done. So,
do you remember the fan cam?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what I thought you were doing. Do you remember the fan cam when I think I first talked to you about Graham Wright, and I said, I just hope that he doesn't get derailed by other people, because I still feel that exactly what you said. He's a football brain, but unfortunately, it's not a football club.
Yeah.
So if he's going to make decisions for football, that's going to step on toes, right? Like it has to. Yeah. How can it not? That's what I worry about with this whole Graham Wright thing.
We're at the critical moment now where those decision makers are going to have to make tough calls on themselves ahead of the head. Tough calls on themselves in the best interest of the club. Because it's not just about tonight. It's not just they will if we're awake and we force them to.
Yeah, I heard that earlier with you and Andy. I'm fully on board, bro. I'll be first line of defense. I'll sacrifice myself. I don't care. I'll be on the first front.
We'll carry you out there.
I'll be.
Giddy on, mate, son.
Just fucking. If I have to break the glass at Icon Park, I'll ram my head through it. I don't give a shit. Just carry my body, please, and tell me we did it. And I'll tell you, go on without me, Terry. Just go. Just go do it. Just do the thing, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let us,
Oh, well, mate, you have a good one.
You too.
See you, bro. Guys, I'm really sorry about my connection. I don't know what's happening. It looks good on my end, and then I get this little icon that says that it's not good, and then it comes back, says that it's good. I don't know what's happening. Simon Sinan Savas, thank you for the $6 sticker. Pasquale, we as useless as a submarine with a sunroof. Cam Nankin, the great man. Thanks very much, bro. Smoking Man, tanking for a better second round draft pick, I bet. Yeah. Daniel, Hall of Fame fan cam, this one. Where's Paolo? Well, where's Paolo? Paolo is here. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I reckon I now know what crashing out means. I can't even speak. I'm everywhere at the moment.
He's done, blood. He's done.
He's done. Halas, bro.
Your connection is fine, by the way. So
Okay.
we can hear you loud and clearly.
Buy in, Paulo. Buy in, bro.
The start of the week, I kind of want to be careful what I say because he has given his all. But for the captain of the club to come out after that performance against North Melbourne, where there were nearly 60,000 at the game, mind you, 60,000 at the game, to tell us to stick fat, and for the club to push that message all week, and then for a player to come out post-game after that and then put it back on the fans again and members again and ask us to stick fat. I mean, that is the most patronising, condescending, unaccountable line I've heard from a leader at the club. How dare you put it back on us? How dare you put it back on us when we have been the ones that have rocked up week in, week out, shown you support, irrespective of what we say. Our actions have always gone against our words. Theirs haven't. They have done the opposite. We say the season is done, we still fucking rock up. We say the players are cooked, we still support them. They say the complete opposite and do the complete opposite. They are the inverse. We are the inverse in the positive. They can never deliver on their words. We don't deliver on our words in the opposite way. We say we're done with them. And what are we going to do next week on Friday night? What are you going to do next week on Friday night? You're going to say, I've crashed out, I'm done. You're going to be there. You're going to be there, mate. There's going to be 85,000 there, mate. What are they going to do in the first quarter? Are they going to rock up? Or are they going to do the same? Like they did today again. Stick fat, stick fat. First quarter was a disgrace. Players, coaches, all of them included. And again, the coach comes out, oh, it's collective responsibility. It's not collective blame. That is why we will never be held to account as a football club, because they absolve themselves of accountability. Tonight, it's not the coach's fault. It's everybody's fault. Last week, it's the player's fault. It's not the coach's fault. Nobody ever takes onus. That is why we continually find ourselves in this spot. Anybody who was on the board, who hired Michael Voss, who reinstated Brad Lloyd and gave him more responsibility as the head of football, must resign from the board. There are no ifs, buts, and maybes. There is a vote of no confidence with all of us here tonight. Nobody in this chat, nobody in the Carlton membership base has any confidence with any of those people on the board at the moment. None whatsoever. Period. So what hope in hell do they have to make the right decisions when they don't have over 100,000 people backing them? They've made decisions in the past and continually get them wrong. There's a vote of no confidence. If there was a vote tomorrow, they'd all be gone, mate. They would all be gone.
That's
they
very
would
true.
all be gone. So why are they still there? Why are these people still there? How does Paddy Kinnesley, who leads one of the single-handed worst AFLW programs, get ratified as vice president? She's been elevated and our club is going backwards on the field. How is she ratified? In what way? What has she done for our football club on the field, AFLW program included, to be ratified as a vice president? Because she's ticked off the incentives of the board. Business, business, business. That's what they've ticked off. Government grants. That's what they've ticked off. That's why. Brad Lloyd, how is he still there? The process in which we hired Michael Voss, everybody knows how it went down. He was offered the same amount of money as Adam Kingsley. You can hire one person to do the job. Terry, the coaching committee that was assembled by the club recommended Adam Kingsley, and the idiots went against it. They tried to get two people for one job. That's how stupid they are. And we're going to pay the exact same amount for someone who can do the same job. That is how moronic they are. They are just unintelligent, incompetent people. In what world, right? You don't have to be a business professional. You don't have to have a degree. You can just be street smart. In what world do you hire a committee, ensure that these are the people that are going to recommend you the best possible coach? They recommend you a coach, and then you say, we're going to put 2 people in for one job and pay them the same amount of money. In what business? What world? Tell me. There's not one.
It's so true.
There's not one, mate.
It's so true.
There is not
But
one.
even
If my boss came to me tomorrow, right, or Hutchie would never do this, right? God bless him, mate. If he said to me, Paul, I'm going to use the business funds this year, and your role at work, we're going to pay someone else to do the same job on the same wage that you're on, but you're both going to do the same job, and one person you can do the job, right? But I'm also going to pay double to someone else who can do the same job that you can do. Why would he do that? No one does that. People say we have a great business. That's not smart business. That's incompetence. And we just have unintelligent people running and making decisions at our club. Simple. It's beyond belief. It is beyond belief at the moment, right? They just continue to surprise us in ways we thought not possible, right? And look, Michael Voss again tonight, up and down, indecision. He doesn't know whether he wants to be in the coach's box, and he's down on the ground. There is no philosophical alignment at this club. The processes with which they have undertaken to put these people in these positions is obviously wrong, because we continue to get them wrong. What's there to say?
Mate, Jack Silvani going into the forward line tonight, just deja vu of like, oh man, Jacob Wiedering going down forward, or just the pits. Like, this is awful.
Look, at the end of the day, if they want to be embarrassed as a club, this is what Carlton will do, right? This is how stupid they are. This is what they'll do, right? I can almost foresee it, right? They will allow him and allow the club to be the narrative of Collingwood got Michael Voss sacked. That's how stupid they are. That's what they'll allow. They'll allow him to go into that Collingwood game, get beaten, right? And then we'll sack him then. That's what they do. And then the narrative will be, from a Collingwood perspective, oh, we got their coach sacked. That's what it'll be. Another one up on us. Great.
Yeah.
What's there to say? Again, you know, I said, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to go berserk or anything like that. But we have our head of football. We have our coach. We have our senior leaders who are paid over $500,000 a year, right? They're paid over $500,000 a year to get football decisions right on the field, right? To understand how we're playing, why we're playing the way we are, what the numbers suggest, what the evidence suggests, what the skill sets are of the players, right? From the start of the year to this point in time, Brad Lloyd came out last week and said, we're defending well, we're defending well, we're defending well. I'm not on $500,000 a year, right? I watch the game back 2, 3, 4 times on slow-mo. I pause it. I look at the way we're set up. I analyze the numbers. I interpret them. And I can tell you that we don't have the best defense in the competition, or we're nowhere near it. And we had it confirmed on the Prendercast. Adam Kingsley, the coach, said, of course, Carlton's defensive numbers are okay. They have 16 players behind the ball. No club in the competition conducive of long-term success plays that way. Now, whether or not that is because of directive and setup, whether or not that is because the mentality in this team just gets to a point with which, when the pressure comes on, they just feel like they have to sag back and sag back and sag back. It's probably both, right? But we are paid. These people are paid to interpret evidence and data and skill sets in front of them, and they continue to say the wrong thing because they believe it, mate. They believe it. They believe we defend well. They believe that if they continue to repeat this process at training, it will eventually work. Since 2022, we win the same way with the same players who always have the highest output. And since then, in his 4th season under Michael Voss, nothing has evolved. And we're going backwards. Nothing's evolved.
Yeah. Just
So
a world of pain incoming, mate.
there has to be, you said there has to be change. Does there have to be a board spill? I don't know, maybe. Because I can tell you now, at this point in time, like I said to you, there would be a vote of no confidence with almost every single person who follows this club at the moment. Not one of them would be tenable. Not one of them. At all.
Yeah, they've lost it.
And
They've completely
they have.
lost it.
Of course they have.
You know, half a season to go, because this was done weeks ago.
Yeah, mate, you know when it was done? Let's all be honest. It was done after round 1. Everybody knew. The way we lost round 1 was unsalvageable and has proven to be unsalvageable. First, it was we've got time. Then it was we don't play 120 minutes of football. Now we're here.
Yeah.
You can never, ever, ever take true accountability when you continue to spout the line, oh, it's a collective accountability, oh, it's a collective blame. We're not going to separate groups. Well, that's not what we hear at the moment, because all we hear about is Carlton cliques and fractures in the group, and there's preferential treatment. What you see out on the field is not what you hear. And this is what I was saying earlier, right? Everybody blames the fans for what they say, but our actions go against what we say. We will be there next week. The club do the opposite as well. The clubs say everything's okay. They say we're going to turn it around, but their actions do not match up to their words. And that's it. Simple as that. So I don't know what they're waiting around for. Michael Voss, it's not just him, obviously, but him seeing out the season does not achieve anything for this club at the moment. Nor do any of the other assistant coaches, nor does the head of football. And again, those who made the decision to ratify him as the head coach and ratify Brad Lloyd as the head of football and to give him extra responsibility as head of football, anyone who was part of that decision on the board at the club must resign. Because the evidence suggests that you continue to get these important decisions wrong. Period.
Yeah. Well said.
I'll leave you to it.
Mate, thank you very much. Go Blues.
Enjoy the night, and I'll see you at the G on Friday.
See you, mate.
Hooroo.
Have a good one.
I shall.
See ya. Mick, boycott games. They don't show up, nor should we. Yeah, maybe. Hello, Carlton Witch.
Oh, hello, Terry. You look like you should go to bed, by the way, just as a side note.
Yeah, I feel like I should go to bed. I will.
Yeah, you should
I
go to
will.
bed. Yeah.
I'll get there.
Well, I think they made this decision on the 24th of May. I think that's when this decision was made to do this complete chaotic meltdown or whatever the fuck is actually happening. But it's that poison that everybody talks about. And I find it so interesting because everybody sees the poison through different goggles, but everybody sees it. And now the poison has made it to the players. And there was a smug look on Cripps's face when they interviewed him, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I think I saw it tonight. I think there's a level of giving up, but at the same time, there's a level of fire still. And that protest feeling that some people were feeling, I felt that too. And I think that's real. And I don't know how far up they are trying to send a message, but I think they are definitely sending a message. And I don't think that's fair for the fans at all, But I think about the way that we've been told to be stronger together. And I think we should take advantage of that and really understand what that fucking means. And energetically, Graham Wright is the bringer of chaos. His whole entire energy system is designed to disrupt patterns. The way he stores information, which is what he has been doing over the last few weeks, watching the games, being in different places, storing information, not just on what he needs to change, but he has been storing information on how to talk to people, not us, how to talk to people inside of that building. And when it comes to him bringing chaos, he might need our help and we might need to be stronger together with Graham. Because if we can help him make the changes he needs to make, then chaos will win. And this is the sort of poison that has made it all the way down to the top. And the only way to fix it, there's two ways, right? You burn everything and you start fresh, or the people that are still surviving with heart down here. The reason I'm still wearing this, the reason everyone is watching this, we send the fucking vibe back up the line. Because how else does that happen? It's that or burn. And since the 24th of May, energetically, we have been shown things every week in our own individual lives and in the collective world, something more obvious in our lives that needs to be changed. And every week that pressure has gotten bigger. That pressure point hit its peak yesterday. This is the fallout of that flood. We're all seeing things with new eyes, with fresh eyes, with emotionally connected eyes. And it's why people are so hurt by this and so angry and so confused. And that's where we need to be. And I think it's up to us. And I think coming stronger together means more than what they actually think it fucking means.
Yeah. I don't think they've really felt what stronger together could be. But yeah,
No.
I really do resonate with what you say about the poison and how it
Mhm.
finally got to the players. I think I smelt it a little bit against the Giants,
Mhm.
and then we had the bye, and then obviously they scraped through with a few wins. And then I saw that poison in that second quarter against North. And
Yeah.
then tonight it was just on
Everywhere.
full display. Yeah, like just
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
couldn't even string 4 possessions in a row at times without turning
No.
it over and just being so aligned, you know?
Yeah. Although I said when I saw one of the little battles, I was like, that's the most together they've ever been. When they came together after Sard to
Yeah.
get out their angry feelings, which of course they've got a lot. I think that was also a sign of the pressure that's been building inside of that whole entire club. But that was the most together I have ever felt them, was when they came together to fight for the fact that Sard might have gotten injured. And that's really saying, like, that's what it took. Like, that's that idea of hate bringing you together. That's the poison.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because next week there will be hatred energy in the crowd, and Collingwood will pick us apart, and they'll, you
Yeah.
know, they're better. They're the better team. They're just, you know,
They
so
are.
that's
Yeah.
going to be fascinating to see.
Yeah. Well, the energy for the game next week is one of the most fucking annoying energies that could possibly exist. Almost everything that is occurring is asking for a compromise in some way. It's asking, like, where in this part of your life are you putting energy you shouldn't be putting it? And it's asking those questions of wounds of guilt and shame. And we had that energy slightly this morning, where we had, can we use places of guilt and shame for power? And the question gets asked next Friday of, like, where is it holding you back, specifically within relationships? Like, where is it stopping you from being yourself and seeing your truth? So everything is about compromise on that day. And it really energetically is going to take a group to do it. And that's where Collingwood obviously are ahead of the game. You know, they accept everyone within their group for every little weird thing about them. And that's where power is coming from now, authenticity. And there was an energy on the 25th of May that decision was asked. Like, are you going to go calmly with the evolution, or are you refusing to see it? And then you get a backhand. And that's what we are currently seeing, is the backhand, when you stick your feet into the ground and you focus on the wrong things and you refuse to zoom out and see what the collective wants. That is what happens. That is what is happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait. Let's see
It's
it
up to
all
us
unfold.
though. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think my advice for people who are losing it is great because this is where we need to be. And
Right.
after you've spent a little bit of time losing it, having your own emotional flood in whatever that looks like, zoom the fuck out and see how much power you actually have if you truly believe in the stronger together, not their way of it, but this way of it, the part that brings all of us together. Have the feelings, get them out, write that shit down because that's the energy that you need to change this. Zoom
Yeah.
out.
Love your work. Thanks so much for calling in.
Go to bed.
I will. See ya.
Go Blues.
Go Blues. Absolutely. Hayden Arthur, Crows fan here. I feel for you guys. Seeing similarities to us last year. Got to go hard in recruiting and bringing experience. Sacking people just going to put a new face on the same problems. That's a great quote. Sacking people is just going to put a new face on the same problems. Ben, I hope you get a good rest. All I'll say is I'm so surprised how empathetic the Port fans were. I'm just hoping the team got the flight home tonight because I don't want to be on a plane with them. True. All right. Let's see. Only Carlton.
What's up, Terry?
What a weird night.
Look, I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's already 12:15. You're a fucking legend for doing this, bro. Bullshit. I don't know how you do it for 3-4 hours at a time. Personally, and I think all the fans deserve an apology from the club. I don't know if they're going to send someone out like a scapegoat like they did with Cripps. Poor Cripps. He came out and said, yeah, stick fat, buy in. We'll turn it around. He said that. He didn't say, oh, we'll improve. He said, we'll turn it around. That was fucking turning it around. That was turning it around. The game was over 10 minutes into the first quarter. You know how I knew it was over? You had a player like Sam Doherty, right? Now, he's not in the leadership group, but he's still a leader of the club. He's one of the older members. Kicking it out of the 50 like that. I don't know if you remember, he kicked it straight to Farrell, and Farrell kicked that goal.
Straight to Farrell, man. Oh, my goodness.
10 minutes into the first quarter. It's not like you're tired, bro, and, it's the fourth quarter, you're getting old, there's pressure. The game just started. How do we allow that as a club? How? And then they come out and say, yeah, but stick fat, buy in. An apology needs to be out. Someone needs to come out and face the media this week as well. And they need to say, sorry, we will improve, but we appreciate your support and we acknowledge you fans. Because without us, bro, we are this club. We are this club. Obviously, the players don't give a shit, right? They're switched off. You had them flying the flag. That was great. I enjoyed the aggression, whatever. I found it disingenuous. I didn't think they were flying the flag for TDK. I didn't think they were flying the flag for the teammates. I think they were getting destroyed that night. And I think they were frustrated with how they were playing. I don't think they were sticking up for their mates. Now, I could be wrong. I could be upset. Maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind. But to me, that's what I saw. I saw a bunch of people that were just upset with where they are. Maybe the game plan. Maybe they don't believe in it. And they were just letting their frustration out. And the best thing was, or the funniest thing was, Port weren't even having none of it, bro. Like, Port players didn't give a shit at all.
I think when I saw like the fighting and the pushing and the shoving, I think it kind of got me even more mad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, now you want to try and play tough and act tough. But I watched a bit of it and I saw Zach Butters like really getting into, I think it was Chincotta, and he was like, you are fucking shit. And it was like, I love Chincotta, and like, I'm not having a dig at Chincotta, but it's just like the message to Carlton, like just being told by the opposition, like, you guys are fucking shit, I think is important.
Yeah, definitely. They need to be told by someone, but at least by peers, because obviously the club doesn't listen to us. Yeah, 2 years ago, Ash Hansen came out and said, yeah, the club doesn't actually listen to outside noise, which is fucking bullshit. I don't know who they're lying to, but I can't wrap my head around it. How do you come out and say stick fat and buy in, and you put up a performance like that? I tipped us to lose. I haven't tipped us to lose all year. Every year I've gone into a game thinking we're going to win. That game I tipped us to lose by maybe 15, 20 points. Not a 60-point smashing, bro. What's going on? And it should have been way more as well. Again, it should have been way more. I think that scoreline flattered us. I think every facet of the club needs to be looked at. Graham Wright needs to look at... He's going to look at everyone, right? He's an agent of change. That's what people are touting him as. The players' leadership group needs to be looked at. Now, I don't want to... I love Cripps, right? I love him. Anyone that knows me, anyone that's known me for a while, I love him to death. I grew up watching him. He is my childhood hero. I would go and die for that man tomorrow. I don't think, going forward, he should be the captain of the football club. He's carrying an injury. Okay, I understand. But you need to be tougher in certain contests, bro. Like, you look at last week and the Cherry incident, the Tristan Cherry incident with TDK. He pushed over the line. Cripps came over and barely affected his walking pattern. That's not what a captain does, bro. I think he's checked out. I think the club has mentally ruined him. I think, and it's not just him. I don't want to seem like I'm singling out him, but because he is the captain, I think he deserves a little bit more attention than some players. Like, yeah, people still going on about Motlop and these small players, Fogarty. Bro, Fogarty's on like 300 grand a year. What do you expect from Fogarty? What do you expect from players like Motlop, who's 21?
That's true. Like, what are you actually expecting from these guys? And that's been the tough part as well with all the criticism. Because, like, what more can you ask from some of these guys? Not that they don't deserve it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I give it to everyone. Like, especially on social media. If I'm upset, I don't mince words, right? But so much of our fan base focuses on these smaller players. I think the biggest problem I hear is our top 6, top 8 players.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. They haven't been performing. They haven't performed all year. What was it like? Cripps has had a terrible month. Kerno, fun fact, he's actually kicked less goals than Motlop this month. In the last 4 weeks, him and Motlop had similar playing time, and Motlop has kicked more goals than him.
Wow.
Like, I get it. I get we have injuries, right? I get Mackay's out. I get Walsh is out. Newman didn't help. Jagger Smith, I don't even like including him in there, but a lot of people do. The kid's never played a game. You know, we're going to put so much pressure on him and ruin him like we have so many other players. But 60 points, 50 points, whatever it was, are you serious, man? Against a team that's equal with us on wins and losses? I don't see Port as some great team, bro. Like, not a team we should be using 50, we should be losing 50 plus by. I'm genuinely hurt. Like, I am hurt. Like, I spend so much time thinking about the club. I have my own page. I make content about the club, right? I'm sure you feel it even tenfold, bro. Like, and for the effort we put into this club and for them to go out there and not show even 1% of it, like, it makes you think. It just burns me. It really burns me.
Yeah. What do you like? What do you want to see for the rest of the year, though? Like, what's the minimum standard now? I mean, it all looks pretty messed up, but
I just like I want to see positive signs at least. Not like I already ruled out finals last week. I accepted it. I'm like, most likely we're not going to make finals. I want to see us improve. I want to see us be competitive, play 4 quarters at least. I'm not asking for wins. I'm not asking for wins. I just want to see us play consistent footy and show improvement. We didn't do that. We haven't done that for the last month.
No, nothing close to it, man.
Like, I don't think I'm asking for too much, am I?
This is one thing I've struggled with. Like, what's reasonable? Because I keep lowering the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, bro, we went into this year thinking, top 2 premiership favourites. After the first 4 weeks, I was like, okay, maybe we'll sneak into the 8, because getting to, like you said all the time, one of the biggest steps of winning a premiership is getting to finals and getting that experience, right? After the bye, I was like, okay, maybe we can barely sneak into finals and just get that experience. Now I'm like, bro, I just don't want to finish bottom 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw in the towel. I don't want to see this club give up. But that's what they're doing. That's what they've done.
No.
You look at the last 2 weeks.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Speechless. I know it's not a lot of words, but really, I'm speechless.
Yeah. Well, mate, appreciate you coming on and sharing the feels, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I appreciate you and this show so much, bro. Real shit. Fan cams is the only thing that keeps me sane this year. It
Thank
is,
you,
bro.
man. You have a good night.
You too. Good night.
See ya. Big Papa Bob, can we get a fan cam link? The old Dark Navies, you want a link? Sure. If we can maybe make the last, I think there's 5 of you left. We'll just get them done and then just be done with the night. Fuck these people, this club, giving them all of our attention. What up, Dan?
Hey, Terry, how are you?
I'm exhausted, mate. How are you?
Oh, I'm exhausted as well. You should go to bed. Just a couple of quick points, mate. I love what you do. I've been following your channel for a couple of years, and you're the voice on the golf course when I'm playing 18 holes every Monday, listening to the fan cams. I'm one of the lucky ones who have been able to witness 2 premierships. Remember 95 like it was yesterday. Just want to get your thoughts on tonight. A couple of points that really grinded my gears. Team coached by Carlton, Michael Voss, who was an absolute animal of a player. What are your thoughts about when Willie Rioli kicked a goal and then he's picked up, I think it was it Boyd, I think, who might have tackled him, just picked him up. And then when Travis Boak kicked the goal and, Doherty's just patting him on the back after it and having a bit of a chat, and then Charlie's attempted goal, kicked it out in the full.
Sorry, mate. Sorry,
hear me?
I think I've just cut out there. Yeah, you're saying Willie Rioli's picked Jordan Boyd up, and then?
Yep. And then when Travis Boak has kicked the goal, and then Sam Doherty's patting him on the back and having a laugh and having a chat. I just don't understand that with our players, considering that the lack of effort that they're giving. I just want to know your thoughts on that. For someone who's watched the old school,
I just don't know. I just think, yeah, they're not empowered. They're not connected to whatever they're doing. They're not at one with their club. Part of me honestly feels for them a little bit, not too much, but a little bit, because I think they're part of the problem, but they're also part of the solution. I think what we just keep seeing is just a culmination of a shit club, a really, really shit football club, and one where you've got fans who are just ready to be great, like really ready to do whatever we need to do to be great. And
I hear about the people that, like in your age bracket, who have only witnessed losses. For me and people my age, we've seen that 95 premiership, and that's all we kind of hang on to, and we kind of want to share that with the next generation. It's something that you still remember, great memories 30 years later. I mean, I'm from Albury, so the amount of times that I get down to a game is probably once a year, and it used to be the King's birthday eve game. And this year we cancelled it because you just don't know what Carlton's going to put up. And it's, I think one guy on your Blue Broad show on whenever it was a couple of nights ago said, people from out of state pay a lot of money to go to a hotel, petrol money to get down to Melbourne. And it's, it's an expensive weekend to go and watch potentially, a dog shit game of football. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. What's the solution?
Mate, you've seen all the slogans. I've got the stickers in my garage, can you smell what the Blues are cooking? They know we're coming. They just keep selling us hope. I don't know what the answer is. We've sacked coaches we've got new presidents, new boards. I just fear that if they don't get it right this time, I don't know. If they don't get it right this time, I think the club is in a lot of trouble. I think this is almost a do or die situation. That's just my personal opinion. I'm a diehard.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are, mate. It's 12:30 p.m., 12:30 a.m. and we're all still
hours.
here. So I think that speaks to.
I appreciate what you do, mate.
That speaks to something. Yeah. No, thank you very much. And
Awesome.
thanks for calling in as well.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Go Blues.
See ya. All right. Bob.
Tezza, how are we, mate?
We're ticking along, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
How are
Mate, just
you?
a couple of simple
What did you think?
observations tonight.
Yeah.
Two things that really got me. Like, I think it's been quite a while for Carlton. Like, you watch so many other clubs and a couple of their players get roughed up and there's always an enforcer. Do we have an enforcer? Do we have, like, an old school Jordan Lewis? Like, someone that's just going to rip someone off Cripps when he's getting held down after every contest? Like, do we have anyone that stands up for anything?
No. We don't have any. Well, we don't have it. We don't even have it for them. They don't have it for themselves.
No. No. But, like, even when
they don't have that pride for themselves.
I know Lewis Young was, like, in the vicinity and, you know, he's the only one that sees it. Like, there was so many things tonight where Port are a bit of a fake, like, tough team. Like, they've done it a few times. They act that way. And I know Power Pepper's a big boy and they've got those kind of guys, but, like, when they're up and about, they act like bullies, and when they're down, they're nothing. But, like, they stomped all over us from minute one tonight. And sometimes you got to, like, buy into that fight a little bit to stay in a game. And I know, like, regardless of that, it's probably not changing it tonight. But so many times over the past, like, not even just this year, over the past few years, we have these, like, physical altercations with clubs, and they just, like, push the player away, walk off. Like, everyone just walks off next contest, and it's like, oh, that's the ultimate professionalism. But you got to have that kind of. You got to buy into that fight sometimes. And especially, you know, we talk about Voss being an emotional coach and, like, oh, he's, you know, he yelling at Binsey last week and all that. But, like, that doesn't translate onto the field. Like, you don't see that, do you?
No. Well, there's clearly something that hasn't been addressed. The truth hasn't come out, because until the truth comes out, these players will not hook into something. They're not hooking into whatever's happening, whether that's because of their coach, whether that's because of what's happening around the club in general. Like, it's not whatever, the whole program, it's not working.
Nah.
So
the other big
no
thing I noticed tonight as well, like, again, we've seen it, but, like, last year, a lot of the criticism was we're probably a bit big inside. We're a bit slow. Like, we got to get a bit more nimble, that kicking speed, so on, whatever it is. How within 1 year with, like, minimal list changes have we gone from being, like, the biggest, most brutal club in the comp to looking like probably one of the more, like, we got outsized by North Melbourne last week. We got Port looked like fucking giants against us tonight. Like, how has that changed? And I don't know the answer to this. Like, how has that changed with the moves they've made, with the decisions they've made?
It hasn't.
It's insane. It's crazy. Like, beyond that, like, I had a couple other things I wanted to say. Like, obviously with deconing, like, if the discussion's not being had this week, regards to, like, we don't need an answer from you, mate, apart from yes. And if it's not yes, then thanks very much, mate. But we'll be playing Billy Wilson in the ruck, to be honest, mate. Like, thanks for your service. It's not personal, but we've got to move on. And then I was sitting there thinking about, like, speaking to the missus about during the game, like what are the outcomes of this season? And it's like, well, we keep Voss and put people around him and have minimal changes. We lose Voss. We make minimal changes under the new coach and take it easy, or we make wholesale changes. And like, I know this is not really a thing in an Australian sport, but like, I'm a big basketball fan, so you see it a lot more in American sports. And I know a lot of Aussie rules fans hate how that works, but they're business people, man. They look at sport from a outcome perspective and not business in terms of money. Like, success is money. So you need to make your money through success, not just through milking the fans. And like, do we genuinely look at, and I hate to say it, I never could have thought that I would have said this at the start of the year, but like, if West Coast offer us a first rounder for Cripper, does he go to West Coast at the end of the year? We're talking about Harry and Walsh, like guys that are not in the side tonight. They're not even playing. Don't worry about guys that aren't even playing, that are playing less than 10 games a year. What about the guys that are playing? Like, obviously Doherty, like, thank you for your service, mate. You've been a great clubman. You've been an absolute legend. But, you know, Father Time's caught up on him. Father Time had caught a couple of these guys, and maybe even a bit earlier than we thought. But what happens when we roll in with this same team next year, maybe plus or minus one or two recruits, which are going to be hard to get playing the form of footy that we're playing at the moment anyway. But what happens when you roll up with that next year and another year gets put on the odometer of these players and their values just diminish? Like, going into the Tassie, going into the diminished drafts, like, we're sitting here, I think even some fans are still sitting there like, oh, maybe we lose Tom de Koning, we get Miles Bergman, and that's going to like solve our issues. It's like, man, that's not that. Miles Bergman is not the difference between this club being a premiership club next year and what we are now.
Someone said something earlier, it was, I think, an Adelaide fan, sacking people is just going to put a new face on the same problem.
Yeah.
So we can talk about this and replace him and player X trade Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the fabric of the football club.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So, yeah. Mate, thanks for calling in.
No, good, mate. Have a good night, bro.
You too. See ya. The old dark navies.
Hey, Terry. How are you, mate?
Yeah, yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm actually not too disappointed. This week was my checkout week. I'd already decided that it's the first time I've gone to a game not expecting to win. So they just kind of they just confirmed everything that I already thought. The players have checked out. They're obviously not playing for the coach. People can talk about how this starts at the players, but and we've seen this before. I remember going to the Gabba in 2007 and watching the Brisbane Lions absolutely poleaxe Carlton, and sitting around with a couple of Carlton fans after the game and waiting for the discussion and how soon was it going to be? Monday, Tuesday when Pagan goes. He did go. I don't think the administration at this club has that in them yet. They've tried to build a very friendly, very nice, we're all good comrades here. And I don't think I think they're scared of the typical Carlton sacks their coaches, that whole line, and they don't want to give us a circuit breaker. But we do need one. The fans need one.
Yeah, they don't want to be seen as being. It's like they're like preserving their reputation of, oh, we're not gonna go back.
Damned
to
if
what
you do,
old
damned if you
Carlton
don't.
was. We don't want.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're damned any way you go. A lot of the people saying it don't really care what happens to us. The media don't really care. All right, they're not Carlton fans. They're just there to fuel these storylines, these narratives. So we should shut all of that out. It should be just something internal with the fans and the club. the club have to give us something.
Yeah.
All right. This is happening. None of this stick fat will turn it around. There are aspects of the game that, of our game there that we're just not doing it for long enough and all this other stuff. None of that bullshit that actually comes out every single week. Don't go looking for the best player this week, because this is something they do. They look for the best player and they bring them out to talk to the fans. Somebody who it can't be criticised because they actually played a good game. That's typically what we do. I'm not sure who that is this week. There's not too many of them. Probably somebody like Haynes or Hewitt or somebody like that. But there's only a handful.
No, I think this week it's going to have to be either it won't be Brad Lloyd. It just won't be. I think it's going to have to be the president. So they've got a few levers to pull here. They can do the Graham Wright starts this week. They can do, okay, everyone, we're doing an official review. We're starting at external review, independent. Or they can go, all right, Vossi's gone, which I don't think I'll do that. But yeah, they've got a few levers that they'll pull. I think it'll be one of the three.
It has to be something. They have to give us something. We need to be fed. Something has to keep it. I mean, if Voss is going to go and they're waiting for the end of the year because they don't want to pull that trigger halfway through the season or 2/3 of the way through the season, that's not going to say anything. You've already lost the supporters. Basically, there's very few that are being positive about our future now. So you've lost us. You need to give us something. The players aren't going to come out and go. Put it this way: the players aren't going to put in any effort for the rest of the year in case you start winning games, and that saves Voss if they want him gone. I don't think they all do. I think there's a huge division within the playing group. If it is all about the players, why don't we call individuals out? Why is this such a softly, or at least say we are playing poorly, our defense is playing poorly, our forwards are playing poorly. They kind of tiptoe around it and they don't want anybody to get offended. It's sort of the new wave, Carlton, in a way. But certain players, you've got to ask why they continually. I have this mantra, mate, that Voss is the architect of his own demise or success, right? So he's the senior coach. He gets to select his side, and he can live and die by that. Now, we have two young players come in, two new debutants come in, two players go out. Is my cat about to show his bum? That'll be right. He's not Captain Cripps is his name. So take out of that what you want.
Cat just like pops up out of nowhere and starts sucking its own ass, and I'm just like trying to keep a straight face. Oh my goodness!
His name is literally Captain Cripps. So
ain't that poetic?
But with our selection integrity, people going, we've debuted 7 players this year. Okay, that's more than everyone but Essendon. Last year we debuted like one player until the last 2 rounds, and then we gave 2 more a go. We were one of the worst teams on that score. It's just we have these 20, 21-year-olds and whatnot that don't have games behind them. They should have had a lot more so they can step in for the Akers and the Dohertys and the Sards, the ones who are getting older. As we know, our average age this week was 27 years, almost 3 months, which I know they gave that stat during the week about it being many, many years since we've had a team that many, many years since we had a team that old. And people go, oh, Collingwood are old, Geelong are old, but they're entitled to be because they're having success. We're not.
Yeah.
So we have no right to be that old and not be bringing through players underneath, and it has been, even though we've had some success and some good wins and a bit of happiness over the last few years, for the last 4 years, while Voss has been there, I've been saying we need to add pace to our side, and we just never do it. Now, this is on our recruitment, and this is also on Voss, because he's got to have say in our recruitment. If he wanted outside speed, he should be asking for it, not Jagger Smith, and that's it for a year, not somebody via the SSP or a mid-season draft. We need to add some quality in that area, and we're just not doing it. And the whole thing overarching that is Brad Lloyd.
Yeah. Mate, make some excellent points. Thank you for coming and getting it off your chest. Appreciate it.
No worries. Good luck. Nearly time to knock off.
I think so. See you, mate.
See ya.
Well.
I've only come on because Mrs. Pom has told me to stop being miserable because I've got a toothache and get you to go to bed and make sure you're all right because your entire soul has been evaporated before my very eyes.
Can I just tell you, right? So
get in.
I'm watching my like StreamYard crash out, come back to life. Most of the people that have come on tonight, it's cutting out for me. I can't I don't know what they're saying. I'm just catching a bit, and then I miss 20 seconds, and then it comes back, and I'm just trying to put the pieces together, and then it's been a clusterfuck of everything.
There's something wrong with you. You just really don't look at signs, do you?
You know what I mean? Pushing through.
Like fucking universe is doing everything but hire a Las Vegas style neon sign, and Terry's like, plow on.
We're done when I say we're done.
You know what? Evidently, I've missed a really quality fan cam, so I am sorry. I've evidently missed some quality. I mean, I did get to be here to see the last guy. We saw you can't eat ass on the telly. Eat ass on the telly. You can't eat ass on the telly. Oh, are you all right anyway?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm going to enjoy sleep in a moment. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 people left, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Mate, how was the watch along? What the fuck? I mean, the game of football's almost been lost in this show, but what was that?
How was the watch along?
Yeah, what was that game, and how did you watch it?
I'd imagine it would be the best way. It was probably fucking 800 people at one point just watching a car crash while someone commentates on said car crash and tries to fight not going into chaos. To be honest, it wasn't good, Terry. What do you want me to say? Best time of my life. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I mean, oh man, no, it's
genuinely horrible.
It was I was talking about last week being a death and a protest, and then I saw tonight they are so broken it hurt. It's painful. I almost pity them. They're so broken.
Maybe I'm harsh. But maybe I'm harsh, man. But yeah, you I can't stand people that check out, man. I can't. It's my toxic
man.
And I witnessed last week to an extent, but this week from the start, 23 people that at the start, the leader of them told me to stick fat. It's all on the players. We'll get ourselves out of this mess with your love and support. and 23 people actively laugh at me. That's how I take it. When you say that, in my opinion, you've got to back it up. And I appreciate Cripps might be sick, whatever. So this isn't a pot shot at Cripps. But if the leader has come out and said that, that says everything I need to know about the mindset. And I keep saying, your mindset is the concrete, that the foundations of everything you want to build as. So if your mindset already is, I'll front up, I'll tell everyone we're going to do this, and then you don't, that says everything I need to know about your character, and the character isn't there from them. That's a disgrace. Like that. That the only thing they could have done better is take the Guernseys off and pissed on it. For me, it's the only thing they could have gone one step further to what they did tonight. That was barbaric. That was barbaric. That was. Don't care what Arazi or Fantasia says. Please stick with us. Give people something to stick with.
Yeah,
I can cope.
Well,
with
that's
losing.
right. Yeah.
But you can lose in a way, Terry, can't you? You can lose in a way where your head's
Pardon?
held high. You can lose in a way where you can walk off the ground with your head held high. Tonight, I don't think many of them can come off with their head held high.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Blake
so
Hay-
unlikable. Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Honestly, his aim, he'd stick his dick in a glory hole and hit the fucking toilet, wouldn't he? Fuck me. A lot going on, Terry, isn't there? Let's be honest.
We're in the shit.
But more importantly, are you all right? Are the fans all right? That's
Yeah.
more important.
Yeah, we're good. We're fine, mate. It's just a game at this point. We'll get through. I think. Yeah, we'll get through. Yeah, it'll be all right. There's always next week. Oh, there's always Collingwood on Friday night.
I'm here trying to cheer you up, and you're trying to deliberately wind me up.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Nah,
mate.
I appreciate the love and care. And I think that's part of what is the solution forward for the supporters, obviously. Analia came on earlier, and I mean that is what it's about. I mean, the only way this gets worse is if we all start turning on each other. Like, that's the truth. So, we've just it's a really powerful, profound period coming up for the Carlton Football Club. I think we've all spoken about it for a long time, and like, this needs to happen and that needs to happen. It's like, it's time for the thing to actually happen, the biblical fucking thing to happen,
Yeah. Will it though, Terry?
Are we going to give up?
I don't think it's about giving up. I just think, from the outside looking in, I think that we spend our entire time tagging people that say the wrong thing on social media as opposed to tagging the best opposition player. I think as a football club, even as a fan base, our cheer squad would rather call out the things that are wrong in its fan base than it's things that are wrong with its club. I think as a fan base, we do that as well, don't we? We spend an awful lot of time complaining about stuff, but not actually focusing on the real problems. And I think as a football club, we do the same thing, don't we? We focus on the little battles, not the actual battle. That's the battle within. And it was quite sad tonight. I don't think I can remember a time that I've sat in the bath post-game. And I can quite honestly say I wouldn't. I can't find anything positive about this one game, Terry. Like tonight, they bastardized the shirt, and they didn't just bastardize the shirt. They did it sending some big message pre-game that it's somehow our fault, and they're not getting enough nourishment, and then they do that. Like, that was a real. That's hit me quite low. Because that's, to me, that's deceitful. That's narcissism 101. It's not us, it's you. and then they don't even repay even one game. Do you know what I mean? Like I said it, I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of substance. If I fronted the media and said it's all on my playing group, I promise we will be better. You bet your ass to a band dance I'd die trying, making sure 23 people put their head over the ball. Tonight, they all didn't. That was a message, Terry. That was a deep, deep-seated message of a lack of respect for themselves, for us, for the football club, for Michael Voss. There's going to be the third coach they sack as a group of players. And it's the third time they've told us we need to behave. And I think it's time that them players stop these soppy little hand-holding ceremonies at Charlie Curnow's house and start looking each other in the eye and asking themselves, are they the people? Are they the problem? And I don't think it will happen, Terry. I don't think anyone at that football club has the cojones to look in the mirror and deliver these words. I am the problem of this football club. And I'm looking at them all, from Patrick Cripps to Charlie Curnow to Tom de Koning to Michael Voss to Luke Sayers to Fitzpatrick. I mean, to all them guys, the guys in the media room, Brian Cook, look at themselves in the mirror and go, you know what? We're all a bunch of selfish wankers. It's all of us, this. We keep saying stronger together. You can also fail together if that's your mantra. And I think all of them need to look at themselves. And you know what it is, Terry? You know what fucks me off? Before I go, I've got to get this off my chest. Each one of them slimy little bastards on the board are there for one reason. One reason, and that is that corporate figure that you get to be. I am a board member at Carlton Football Club, and it rubs off on the players. Them players are driven by the fact that they'll get to say they've played for 10 to 15 years at Carlton Football Club, and it means something for some stupid reason in Australia, being part of this shit show of a football club because of Kernahan, the sacrifices Diesel made, give you a little bit more than playing for North Melbourne. And it shouldn't do, but it does. And they all play for their personal brand. It's a CV builder. The C in CFC should stand for Curriculum Vitae Builder, the CV builder. It's all about building my personal brand. I'm a little bit more special than every other Victorian footballer because I play for Carlton Football Club. They get paid premiership wages with premiership attention from the media and from the fan base for bottom four performances. And the output is literally lopsided. It should be bottom four wages for premiership output, and then the riches come. And it's flipped. Minute you walk in at Carlton, and it's like all great clubs in world sport. You're an academy coach at Manchester United, you'll get a job anywhere. You're an academy coach at Brighton, you've got to work hard to get somewhere. You've got to take some shit sandwiches. We've created a smorgasbord, a literal leaping pad for mediocre people to feel incredibly special and output shit. And they're incredible at deflection. They're incredible at pinning it on everyone else. It's not Brad Lloyd's fault. It's Kane Liddell's fault. It's not Brad Lloyd's fault. It's the old board. They're incredible at it. And you know what? Unfortunately, I'm going to say it for the first time in my life. Carlton Football Club, from top to bottom, from number 1 to number 55, from whichever president or coach you've had, they are mediocre. They do not deserve the attention and the love, and particularly the brand name that they get bestowed on them by hardworking people that got them here. They don't deserve it. And you know what? I was raised, if you get something you don't deserve, you cherish it. You don't bastardize it. These guys are incredibly lucky, because if they were at any other football club, they would not be talked with the esteem that they get talked about and the amount of times they do. They're incredibly fortunate, and they do not deserve it.
Amen, bro.
And you know what? I've already seen, when I was in the bath, Orazio Fantasia drop the stick with us, man. Michael Voss. Our stats were a bit better than last year, though. Like they're actually taking piss out of me. Like they've ran over my cat. It's in half, and they're telling me it's just sleeping. Like, just tell me it's okay. I'm not going to get angry if you actually say it's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to help. But
Yeah, like
I
we're
don't
in
get it.
trouble. Like the plan's not working. We're in big trouble. We need to really man.
And you know what's going to annoy me this week? We're probably, last week it annoyed me as well. I said it on the Monday show with the guest that last week there were so many bigger stories than Carlton losing. Do you know what I mean? There were so many bigger stories. Brisbane showing that they are the real deal. Fremantle proving that they're not an idiot. And the North Melbourne finally getting the sustenance. And all the story was, is Voss fit to coach? Is Cripps a leader? Is Charlie Curnow just a flash in the pan? And it's taken the deflection off people who actually work really incredibly fucking hard and deserve the attention. Because we're Carlton Football Club. Voss doesn't deserve these headlines. Man, he doesn't deserve these headlines. The fucking Muppet who's stolen the presidency, and earned it, stolen it, he's getting headlines. He doesn't deserve fuck all. At all. And it's going to be this week. We're going to see some team, going to see Sydney probably fucking play really well tomorrow, beat the Dogs. And the story's going to be about these fucking clowns that don't even deserve the media attention. They should be forgotten about. And it's really sad because, again, they're going to be the centre of attention, Terry. When Voss goes, they'll stay. They're the victims again, aren't they? The cycle is complete. It actually disgusts me. Like, honestly, humble yourself a little bit, club. Humble yourself. Sorry, I didn't mean to be angry with you. I was coming here to cheer you up. It's all right. Let's do a ladder predictor before we go. Like old times.
Nah, I retire from ladder predictoring. It's done. It's done. No, mate, you speak so beautifully. I enjoy listening to it.
I am good now. I don't get angry,
Yeah, mate.
Imagine what I really channel my anger to now, the dark stuff. The dark, sinister shit I'm doing behind closed doors.
I will get that darkness in private tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't be angry anymore, Terry, because like, how many times do you shout at your kids and tell them off until you just realize maybe you fucked up as a dad? There'll be a point. I'm sure there's a point. I've never come to it yet, but I'm sure there is a point. That's where I am now. What am I shouting at anymore? Just making me angry, mate. They don't care. Them guys upstairs, tomorrow morning, they'll still drive their Audis. They'll still park it shit. They don't care about Carlton, though, because that business deal tomorrow will go through because they're Carlton boys. It's all good, baby.
Storm in a teacup, Pommy. Storm in a teacup. It's just a storm
I'm not looking
in a
forward to
teacup.
BNF, though, mate, bro, because I don't know if I can do it. Like, I reckon the real Northern Pom will come out and I'm going to start throwing hands. So I've got to have I have to have a real word with myself. Can I drink at that function and not just fucking get into fights?
I don't think I'll be going to the BNF.
No, you are. You're going to sit with me. You need to sit on my hands. Like when I hear, wow, it wasn't the year that we wanted, but 110,000 members, give yourselves a round of applause. I need you to hold me as I smash the glass that I'm holding.
Fucking hell. What a journey, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I've just realised.
I'm going to do this all over again.
I have to watch this game for the ratings. Because I'll be honest, I took zero notice of that second half. Like, I couldn't tell you where anyone played. I don't even know who was on the ground in the second half.
Mate, I went to the bathroom during like the fourth quarter. Like I never miss a second. I went to the bathroom. I put that kettle on, like figured out which tea I was going to drink. Like I was chilling.
Can I just say there was a moment in the watch along, it would have been about 10 minutes in the third, that I just started chatting with the audience, and then it was suddenly 35 seconds to go in the third. It's a complete blur. I don't know what happened. I had an out-of-body experience. The devil in me took over. So I have no idea what it could be. But I look forward to watching it tomorrow and realising why I switched off.
Yeah, well, fuck it. Mate, I will speak to you tomorrow.
Hey, much love. Everyone look after yourself. Be good. Do something tomorrow that you like as well. Like we've had Danny on here bastardize golf by saying he listens to us on the golf course and has 6 hours sleep. That's not good. You're meant to have 8 hours sleep if you play golf and you don't listen to anything but the demons in your mind. But tomorrow, do something that you enjoy. Like, I don't care what it is. Do something. Lick a lamppost, whatever it is. Have some fun.
I like it. See you, brother.
Peace.
Mrs. Pom here. Terry, time for bed now. Nighty night. We'll get there. We're almost done. Daniel, they know we're coming. That they do. I'm still waiting. Yeah. Peter, this was our oldest list since 1944. Diabolical. Daniel, Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Messi? Messi? Beachy.
Thank God that was over. That game was harder to watch than other games I've watched in previous years gone by. Yet the game last week was the worst game of football I've watched in 33 years. So there's no logic at this point now. That's pretty much just gone all out the window, and it's only 1:05 in the morning.
What's happened to the Carlton Football Club? We've been
Well,
scammed.
I don't know. I honestly just don't know. But this is an observation from someone who has a direct link to the opposition that we actually have next week. Now, I won't mention their name out of respect because they're that close within the opposition that we have. And they have said whoever is doing opposition research needs to get sacked. We keep playing our own, but we keep trying to play our game and not adapting to the conditions or the style of the opposition. Point in case tonight in Adelaide, who were playing fast, aggressive with the ball, kicking it, handballing it, whatever. We did not adapt to that, and it had to be poetically at Adelaide Oval in games gone by where we have struggled to play that ground, despite the clear fact that we beat Port Adelaide there last year by 36 points.
Mate, there was no appetite to fight, which I think has been for all the talk about like what's our one wood, it is the appetite for contest and the appetite to compete. And that was part of the big reason why Vossi was, part of the big reason why Teague was sacked. And what happened through that external review was that there was an identification that the contest and pressure that was being applied by Carlton was not good enough. And that's why Voss was hired. And so that's gone away. Like there's no love inside of them for what they do.
No. And, this time last year, different side faced Port Adelaide, and we beat them comfortably in Adelaide. Then, of course, they do us when they come over. So they're like, okay, fine. Those are last year's results. This is here now, okay? And from what I witnessed tonight, of course, as a cricketer, and with the captain I was playing under, we had this mantra: intensity, effort, and focus. Those three words. And those three words need to be put in to this football club here. Because the fact is this: we were outplayed, outgunned, and ambushed by guys who probably wouldn't get in the best team for the premiership at all in years gone by. in the triple premiership era of Brisbane, in the triple premiership player of the Hawks, they wouldn't even face that front on. They would get killed.
Yeah. Ready for next Friday night?
I don't think we have a choice at this point. Tez. I mean, it's them. They've seen our performance, and I work with a Collingwood supporter and sit next to him, and he's going to be watching this game. And I'm just like, yeah, great. This is. I'm in no mood to listen to this. We've just gone through a 50-point defeat, and you really want to talk about the Carlton Collingwood game, which I know you're excited for, where I'm now almost at the stage where I'm getting ready for cricket season myself and want to put this footy season on the back burner. That's where I am at the moment.
Yeah. Well, mate, thanks for waiting up and calling in. Always good to hear from you.
Likewise, Tez.
See you, mate.
Ciao.
Tom.
G'day, Terry. What's going on, mate?
Just hanging on by a thread. Just
Can you
hanging
hear me?
on day by day, step by step.
No, I just wanted to come on and maybe just talk about the game a little bit. I thought letting Asava Radagalier have 11 intercept possessions isn't a great sort of basis for your game. Connor Rozee is now in the top 10 for average game play this year. Like, out of the best 10 games, he's played number 10. So that's killing you. And he, you know, Chin Cotter followed him around for a bit and let him go. I think, yeah, Wiedering's not right. Voss in his press conference said he was fine, but he couldn't go. He couldn't put any weight in his ankle to bend down and pick up the ball and dispose of it. Like, that's where I think the frustration comes from Carlton supporters, because it's like, you sit there and tell us Wiedering's fine, but we just watched 2 hours of Jacob Wiedering have no impact on a game whatsoever. And that can't be.
Pretty clear.
It's like, what are we doing? And then you put the great white hope, Jack Silvani, into the forward line when we're 60 points down. Like, he's taking the piss, man. Like, it's just.
Yeah, it all broke down.
Yeah, it's just like, we just go back to the old ways. And then the only guy that's, you know, having shots at goals, Fantasia in the last quarter, and the only guy who looked lively on ball all day was Zach Williams, but he couldn't get anything going. Like, yeah. And I really saw a good stat when the game finished, and I reckon this sums up Carlton's sort of season. Our best kicker going inside 50 for percentage this year is Patrick Cripps.
Yeah.
And he kicks at 27%.
Yeah.
Going inside 50. Like, I love Cripper, but he's not the guy that I want delivering the ball inside 50. And if he's our best at it, that's where we are, man. Like, I normally try to give a good spin on things and say, you know, don't lose hope, but tonight was hopeless.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was.
Just got to the point where I was just laughing. But yeah, keep your head up, bud.
I will, mate. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I can't wait for Darcy Moore and Dan Houston to be the souped up version of Radagalier and Connor Rozee next week. But
take the piss. Yeah.
Who knows? We'll win next week, and then we're the greatest team in the world again.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that I'd believe if someone's like, you're not going to win a game for the rest of the year, but you'll beat Collingwood. I'll be like, yeah, great.
I mean, it would be a mirror. I can't see in any reality how that happens, but I'll take it.
No. It was like them kicking 8 goals in the last quarter last week. It's like, you've broken me down.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do this to me, and it made me feel worse. Like, I'd rather take a 60 point. Like, they just know what to do to just keep us there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look after yourself, man. Go to bed.
Will do, mate. Thank you. Go Blues.
Thanks.
See ya.
See you, dude.
All right. Got 2 more. I've got Connor, and then I've got Damo. Connor, Let's make this quick, my friend. How are you?
Oh, hey Joey, how are you?
I'm a bit tired, mate. How you doing?
Oh, I'm exhausted too.
You're
Oh,
exhausted? It was a rough night for everyone, wasn't it, mate?
I get things out of my chest. First
Uh,
off, I
yep.
was looking at the first quarter. It was freaking bad. The first quarter was bad.
Mate,
And I was,
everything was bad. Absolutely everything.
oh, thank when I was looking at the store, it was like 6 behind, and
Yep.
nothing stored until the second half of the day, and then we started coming back. There's no way we couldn't keep up now because we lost that day,
Yep.
and I thought we had that, but definitely not. Like it's not gonna be our week.
Yep.
But
Look,
I don't know what's
it's
going to be like next week.
yep.
Just
It's not good
oh my
enough, Connor, is
god.
it? It's just not good enough, mate. They've got to be better.
Yeah,
But
and I'm like,
thank
and I know
yeah.
some people are saying the tax class that just really, I knew it's
Yeah.
kind of around. But it's
Well,
going to be around after the end of the season.
we'll see what happens, eh?
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Connor.
See you next week.
See you, mate. Save the best till last.
Don't know about that, Tez. How are you
How are
travelling, mate? Gee
you? Good,
whiz.
mate. How are you?
Oh, been better, and I imagine you've been better as well, especially off the back of a performance like that. Gee whiz.
You know, I just felt the sands of time passing, and like I knew it was really weird. I knew that the memories that were being imprinted into my brain while watching that game tonight were going to be forgotten instantly. Every single contest, and it was like, okay, in 12 months, I won't remember this game apart from the result. It was just like downloading and deleting instantly.
Drag, drop into the recycling bin on the desktop. Virtually it. I
Yeah.
did the exact same thing, and I'm kind of like, I imagine a lot of us are as Carlton supporters, just conditioned to switching off just psychologically to preserve your psyche, because otherwise you'll just be broken down as a human being. I think having to be put through the performances we've seen, and tonight was the height, was the high or low water mark of what we've seen. It's just like, and you summarized it perfectly. And I was thinking about it during the game. I'm like, surely the team is not this bad. Like they are out there making a statement. They are. I think you used a term that they were protesting, which is a perfect word for it. And I think back to previous coaches like Bolton, Teague, and it always gets to a point where there's a performance where the team, they come out with no heart, no motivation to perform, and they're doing it just to get a result of the coach being given that tap on the shoulder, which is, it's frustrating as members, supporters, because you don't want it to come to that. And it's like, well, does it indicate that the higher powers aren't doing their job correctly? Should this have happened previously? It's come to the way it is now, but like the back end of 2024, there should have at least been a couple of changes in the coaching ranks, like assistant coaches, a review off the back of that. There was no review. There were no changes, presumably reviews. Obviously no changes, but it's just like come to this, and it's like hard now. Like Graham Wright coming in, he has to assess where the issues are in the coaching ranks first and foremost before he gets the list. And it's like where are the problem areas apart from like our defense being okay in terms of conceding points and stuff, but gee, it's going to be hard for him, and it's probably just easy for him to be like, no, let's just wipe the slate clean. Boss, everyone gone.
Yeah. Well, given it's the typical Carlton breakdown, you know what's coming next, don't you? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think I said it a little while ago now, but tonight, like, review happening, football department review to be announced, Graham Wright to start Monday. Like, you just know they're piss weak in there. They cannot handle the heat when push comes to shove, and they also know that the heat's just going to keep rising now.
Yeah.
And wow, I just Like, I get it. We suck. It's not our year. Like, I really do understand that. But to just have it go so wrong, like less than halfway through a year. Like, I think Richmond was a crack, no doubt about it. Like, Richmond was awful round one, but they sort of semi-fought their way back. And I think that Sydney Giants back-to-back, those two performances, like they just, to get to that point in the year before the bye, and you're like, you guys are pathetic, you people on the inside who run this show. Like, pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, disgusting and disgraceful and pathetic.
What annoys me as well, like, you do feel for Voss, like, as a human being, because being in that, like, I know he's done it before, he got given the arse at Brisbane, but, like, for the same token, and you mentioned it there, those people in the back rooms, sitting high and pretty, Pom spoke about it as well, driving their Audis and parking across two car parks badly, like, a great analogy there, but it really, like, they escape all the criticism when really you think back to all, like, the appointments we've made across the journey, like, you know, Bolton, Teague, Voss. I mean, I remember Voss at the time, and it was, you know, the cry was, we need someone with experience, and the only coaches that we had in waiting of experience were Ross Lyon and Michael Voss, and not really successful coaches in their own right, but because we had painted ourselves into this corner, because we gave no, like, real support to Bolton at the end of the day. He was an inexperienced coach. He had the senior assistant Neil Craig there for a little bit. Then when he left, he wasn't replaced. You know, Teague came in. He wasn't given a senior assistant coach to lean upon. And I think about other teams, you know, successful ones like Richmond, Choco Williams being there as a senior assistant head to help out Dimmer Hardwick. You've got Ruse at Melbourne. Goodwin was there, you know, in waiting, being groomed as the incumbent senior coach. And they've won a flag. Both of those teams have won flags. And just meanwhile, we just sit back. We just hire coaches, don't do our due diligence. And end of the day, they're sitting pretty. They don't have to be held to account. Brad Lloyd's been there for a fair while. He was obviously overseeing as well. And it's just like, you know, what are we doing? Like, end of the day, like, are there reviews being done? Are there KPIs that are, like, are we sitting down with, like, key heads and being like, okay, these are the KPIs, were they met? If they weren't met, this is what you need to meet in the coming season. Like, it's just, and there's actually, speaking of which, Tez, you'll love this. Now, I found this link through a random Twitter account, and it's to do with what we're always talking about, the misguided, you know, pursuit of the almighty dollar compared to obviously existing to win flags. It's footyindustry.com. Now, I don't know if I can send it in the comments because it might be disabled, but I'll put it in the private chat. And it has a breakdown of, like, from, I think it's 2007 to now, and it shows graphs, really good if you're into graphs and stuff. It's easy digestible, but it shows the amount of profit that the club's made across the journey, the membership numbers, everything else. But obviously, on-field side of things have been quite lacking. But good little summary of the lack of success, yet the off-field side of things booming.
So this graph here is the total memberships. It's a pyramid scheme. We've been scammed.
They've got us around their little finger, haven't they?
So this is the attendances. This one here, obviously, this is COVID, drops off. Average attendances. This is average attendance at Marvel and the MCG. Marvel being blue, MCG being red. Did we average 70 fucking something thousand in 2024 at the MCG?
Crazy.
Disgusting. Total revenue. So at the top here is $97 million.
No wonder, like, they see the breakdown and they're like, shit, just keep rolling the money. Don't worry about the on-field because there's no correlation between on-field success and off-field success. They don't give a shit. They're just like, look at this.
This is incredible. Wow, this is really incredible. Carlton has received more than $60 million in grants for Princess Park. 2021, this was the big one for the redevelopment. Wow, man. As you would expect with increased attendance and memberships, associated revenue also rose significantly. This is Carlton's membership gate revenues in 2007. That was 6 million. Now it's 26 million in 2024. Oh, man. Sponsor revenue. This is sponsor revenue only. 20 million, 19 million last year.
Carlton business. Oh, how crazy is that?
We're all being taken for a fucking ride, man. Like we're all just dickhead. We're just the fools.
Absolute fools. Yeah, I did the breakdown as well. Like in terms of the difference in the players that played in the prelim against Brisbane compared to those that played tonight. So those missing, there were 7 players. Marchbank, Newman obviously injured, Cottrell, Martin's out of the team, Pitnet not playing, Walshy injured, and Harry injured. Outside of that, we had Weeders, Boyd, Gov, Akers, Cripps, Ollie Hollins, Doc, Fogg, Charlie, Hewitt, and Motlop, Chera, DeConning, and Chincotta. So there's quite a number of players that are there tonight, and it's like surely like the quality, the ball skills, everything else, talent can't be eroded over the course of 2 years. Like it's a big issue, I know, but we're missing a couple of big players there in Walshy and Newman. Arguably Walshy underdone, not in the best form, but gee whiz, it's come to the point where it's 100%. It has to be the players are just trying to make a statement. It's like as a collective they got together and they're like, you know what?
Well,
let's do it.
If they want to make a real statement, like reach out to us, like I don't know. It's like the too hard basket. It's like it's too hard of a problem to tackle.
Yeah.
But I'm so down for it. You know? Like I'm so down for it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what Pom mentions there. He says, I have a question. How many medals has he got? Any swimming ones?
No, not you. I think Mark came on earlier and was showing his medals.
Oh, so apologies. I missed that. I don't have any swimming medals. I've got a fake Brownlow medal which is in my my spare room, but that's virtually it. No swimming medals. No, there is actually a cat that I've got here which I could have here licking his ass as well. He normally jumps on stream as well at various stages. You'll see him. That was quite good.
Oh man, the fan cams, man, the fan cams. Fuck.
Oh, at least that's the comic relief that we all need at the end of a night like this and performance,
Matt,
if you want to call it like
I
that.
can't tell you what my StreamYard was doing to me. Yeah, I really do think this is all just one giant test to give up. Man,
it has to be a simulation. Life is a simulation, and this is virtually like the Matrix. Like there's cracks in the Matrix. We can see the code rolling down, the binary code. It's all just a test.
Seriously, the first hour and 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours of the fan cams, I was missing like chunks of 30 seconds at a time of what people were saying, and my thing was reloading, and I had to just like play it cool. I was rattled, man, rattled.
Tuned in like on the big screen. My wife got you on the big screen downstairs. Like this, we're not going to watch the presser. We're not going to watch Port singing their song. Whacked on the fan cams, and the very first one, you were just frozen. And I can't recall who it was that you had first up, but you disappeared. And then I'm like, whoever it was, he's going to have to like man the actual channel and wait for you to back on.
It's such a disappointment, man. It's so annoying. Fuck. So annoying. But it's out of control. It's out of my control. Yeah, well,
easy,
mate. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for being a great guest, and chat to you soon.
Thank you. All the best, mate. Enjoy your sleep. Much well earned. That's for sure.
Thank you. See you, mate. Such a disgrace. A ladder predictor. No. Daniel. I literally just sat here and listened. I didn't do anything that special. It's just, I just can't believe how bad they can get as a club. And how they keep testing the waters of shittery. Like it's unreal. It's unreal. Like how much more debt, generational debt, spiritual debt needs to be paid. Like how much more? How much more? You felt the exact same in 2016. Okay, fair. Okay. It's 1:30 in the morning. It's time to go to bed. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Sorry about the connection. That's really pissed me off. That's really cooked me. I'm an honest bloke. Fucking give me good internet. Just like a couple of hours a week. Don't ask for much. I got to sit there and watch the Carlton Football Club play for a living. Imagine that. They're so shit. Anyway, all right. Yeah. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks to those of you, I think 4 of you signed up for a membership tonight. Thank you very much. Richard, Ben, Simon, and Ricky. Appreciate that. I don't really know what's going to happen over the next 2 months, but I'll just think about that tomorrow. Anyway, I'm crashing out. Have a good night. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning. Do the review. Go Blues. Look after each other.